everybody. What's going on, TJ? I see you in the chat, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I know you're working this evening, man. We salute you. Stay safe out there tonight. It's Wednesday. You know, Wednesdays I like to have a drink, margarita today, have a good cigar, chop it up with you fine people before we get into the super busyness of the weekend. And that's kind of the ritual, right? Margarita or some kind of alcoholic beverage, cigar, and chop it up with you fine folks on this evening before the weekend kicks off. So we're going to like this. This is a Psycho cigar. I haven't had one of these in a long time. And if I remember correctly, it was a pretty good cigar. If I remember correctly. But I hope everyone's doing well. Drop your locations in the chat. We want to know where you're tuning in from. It's going to be a good show tonight. I got lots of barbecue-related content to talk about today. I think you guys are going to find it extremely helpful because this has been an eventful week in my barbecue world. Hopefully it has been in yours in a good way. But yeah, it's been pretty crazy. We should be having Brisket Daddy Barbecue, Greg from Brisket Daddy Barbecue on in a bit as well. But we're going to let some people hop in here before we get started. Quick Z's Barbecue. Greetings from Arizona. What's going on, brother? Welcome. So, yeah, we got some great topics today. Before we get into it, just some housekeeping, some announcements. Remember, guys, if you're in the Texas area, the Houston area, or you're willing to travel, remember we are having our grand opening, Kirby's Barbecue, New Caney, Texas, May 30th through June 1st. Got to get those dates right. May 30th through June 1st. It's going to be a party. We're doing a grand opening. We're going to be unveiling our brand new smoker from PRM Barbecue Co., which is going to be awesome. We're going to be cooking up all the meats, brisket, ribs, turkey, sausage, all the sides. It's going to be a really good time. We're going to have some music bumping, speakers courtesy of my boy TJ coming up from Louisiana. It's going to be a great time, and I hope to see you guys there. So speaking of the new smoker, Paul from PRM Barbecue Co. gave me some updates this week. He has been working on it. It has doors on it now. They're going to be putting the smokestack or, welding the smokestack to it in the firebox this week. And then early next week, it's going to be ready to paint. I got it in a gloss black finish, which is going to look really, really nice, kind of matching my logo. So I'm super excited for that. Any of you guys that are looking for new smokers, I know a couple of you already reached out to him, but continue to do so. He's got some pretty competitive pricing, great customer service, lots of options for your pit, whether you want it on skids, on a trailer, on an Overlander package, which is like their kind of off-road version of the trailer that looks badass. Whatever you want, a Santa Maria on the thing, you can get it. So check them out. I'm going to actually share my screen here and show you guys the progress of what it's looking like. Yep, let's see if it'll let me. Okay, let's go here. Okay, you guys should be able to see my Instagram now. I wish I had Greg in here. He'd be able to see it. You see my beautiful face and my wife, right? But that's not what we came for. Oh, look at that food, man. Look at that Texas Trinity plate. Sorry, guys. This is what we came for, the smoker build. So check that out for a second while I relight this cigar. So this thing, 250-gallon smoker pit, is looking beautiful. Got the doors on there. It's coming along. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. It looks great so far. Still got to put the upper grates in there. Still got to put the smokestack on there and the firebox, fully insulated firebox. Only the best from PRM Barbecue Co. You know how they do it. Sorry about the pause there. Let you guys get a good look at that. But it's coming out good. It's coming out good. I'm really enjoying watching the process. That's another thing that's really cool with Paul over there, is that he documents the whole process for you. He does very good work on social media, promoting not only his brand, but the projects he's doing and who he's doing them for. So, when I was looking to get a smoker done, I wanted someone who's going to be in constant communication, especially spending that much money. It's a big investment. Outside of a car and my house, I think it's probably the biggest investment that I've ever made. Probably, it is in the smoker pit. So, I want to make sure it was constant communication, and he was keeping me updated on the build. So, super excited about that. Let's get back here. We got some people in the comments. Marco Romeo, what's up, Kirby? Checking in from Irwindale, California. What's up? Shout out to Irwindale. Hope you're doing well, Marco. Good to see you. The Fat Man Barbecue, good evening, barbecue family. What's up? Oh, look at who we got. We got Greg. We're going to bring him on. TJ says, looking good. Fat Man Barbecue said, nice. And Quickies Barbecue says, sheesh, that's a beauty. Awesome. Greg, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. And you?
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Did you get a chance to see the smoker on Instagram, the progress?
No, I just seen a slight viewing right this very second.
Oh, you missed it. So I need to share my screen again. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
That's okay. All right. We can do that. Hold on. Let me go back to this. And the people saw it, but we're going to put it on one more time so that you can kind of soak it off, my friend.
Whoa.
Looking like a little mini submarine.
It is. It's looking like, what is the name of that little submarine that went down to the bottom of the ocean a few months ago?
I don't remember the name, but
yeah, that's what it's looking right there. But yeah, what are those bars for there that are running vertical inside
on the doors?
Yeah, inside the hoods there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, they are a sort of, somebody in the comments will probably tell me, but I think they help with the counterweight. I think they help with the balancing of the doors, so that when you lift it up, it's not super heavy. Because typically on these bigger smokers, they'll put counterweights on, and you'll see them on the top of the doors, right? That way, when you pull it up, it's easier to go down.
Oh, so that's what those are for. Those the bars.
Yes, that's what those for. Those are counterweights. Now, the bars that you're seeing on the inside of the doors, I'm not 100% sure what the purpose of those are, but I have to think it has to do with some kind of balancing. Mm-hmm. Somebody in the comments will let us know. We got so many smart barbecue people in the comments, man.
Definitely educate me. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn, grow, teach. For sure.
Well, Greg, I appreciate you coming on today, man. I know you've had a busy week.
Yeah,
traveling
man.
a little bit, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the time.
Man, yeah, it feels good to stop and make sure we connect. We had a really good, Mother's Day, right? We missed you guys on Sunday. We're really wanting to hang with you, but here we are.
That's right.
And it feels good. I was like, hey man, and we I was like, Sean, we gotta go live.
For sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. That the community and you guys and Greg, you guys keep me accountable doing these lives consistently, man. I'll tell you what. TJ said it's their tension rods, so the doors don't warp. Okay.
Oh, okay. That worked.
That makes sense. Thank you. See, I knew somebody was gonna know.
So when those doors open up, you're gonna be able to reach all the way up and over that flame, huh?
I'm 6'1", bro.
Yeah, right. Hey, Fat Man Barbecue, I see you. Good evening to you also.
Yeah, man.
So then, are those gonna be on casters? Are those working casters for them, or?
So yeah. So at first, when I saw the initial pictures, I was like, oh, cool. I didn't pay for casters, but maybe he just threw it in. But no. It's going to be on skids. Those are working casters so that they can move it around the shop and do what they need to do. They've already got the skids welded and built for it. He let me know. He does, I already touched on this, but he does a really good job at keeping you updated, and he posts a lot of videos of his work and the projects he's currently working on Instagram. So there was, I guess he was mentioning in a live yesterday, there's been something going on where people are saying, hey, I build custom smoker pits, and they're taking people's deposits and then disappearing and not building these smokers. And he was mentioning that. But if people are worried about that kind of stuff, I would say definitely go with a reputable brand that that a lot of people have used, or go with my guy Paul from PRM Barbecue Co. because the dude posts so much content. He'll let you come out to his shop. You'll be able to see the projects he's working on. You can see all the pits that are going out consistently from his shop. So, and he'll tell you, hey, this is going to such and such barbecue. This is going to such and such barbecue. So if you want to check for references and stuff like that, like, you're totally able to do that. I felt super comfortable paying Paul. I didn't have any worries that he wasn't legit or he wasn't going to do what he said he was going to do. And I think just because he brands himself, he puts his name out there, and he really stands behind his work. So that's enough shilling for me. Hopefully, but yeah. But Fat Man Barbecue said, yeah, that's happening. I had no idea.
Yeah, bring that up again. I want to see it again. Let me look at that firebox.
Firebox isn't on yet.
Oh,
so
I missed that.
Firebox isn't on yet, and the smokestack is not on yet. They have not welded that up. Those are pieces that they fabricate. So if you look at the smoker, right on the left-hand side is where the smokestack's going to be. So they cut that part out of the tank, the propane tank, because on their pits they have a large collector that goes up into the smokestack. So you got some smokers that it pretty much goes straight from the tank to a smokestack and kind of goes straight up. But then you have a lot of the newer smokers or different companies, different brands. They'll have a large, what they call a collector. Like, it kind of collects that smoke in that corner there before it goes up and goes through the smokestack. I don't know.
Are there some kind of chambers in there that allows that to hold, or is just?
I mean, it's not like a true hold, but it's space, right? There's more space there for smoke to gather. So I'm not sure exactly what the science is behind big kind of collectors versus smaller collectors. I don't know exactly what the science is there, but they look badass.
Yeah.
If the smoker works, it gets a good cook, I'm happy. I don't need to know all the 100% particulars. I'd like to know.
Yeah.
But
So how wide is your stack going to be? Is it going to come out that size there? Is the stack going to come out from that? Because that's a pretty large kind of hole there.
Let me show you what a finished one looks like. Let's go PRM. Okay. Let me show you what a finished 250 looks like. So this right here, oh, that's a video. Hold on. Let me get a picture. So this is a 250 right here.
Oh, I see that. I see that. Yep.
This is a 250 on a trailer. So this is the Overlander package with those big knotty tires.
I like that. That's so cool looking.
It's badass. It's badass. But you see the smoke collector, right? On the left-hand side there.
Yep.
Goes to the smokestack. So that's what we're looking at.
So that's the collector there. That's the collector space. That's the little extra space there before it goes up the chamber. Gotcha.
Correct. Yep.
And the stack, sorry, yeah.
Exactly. And then we got the fully insulated firebox on the right-hand side, right? They cut a hole basically on the other side of the smoker, and they fabricate that fully insulated firebox that's made from scratch. So you get the propane tank, And I wonder if Paul's around. I wonder if he's listening. He could explain this process a little bit better. But from my understanding, right, when I went up there, they had a whole stack in the front of their building, a whole stack of propane tanks. 200.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking. They probably had, when I went, probably 20 to 25 propane tanks out there,
Wow.
just sitting out there. And there's 250-gallon tanks, 500-gallon tanks, 1,000-gallon tanks, man, 330-gallon tanks, crazy amount of tanks. And basically, when somebody orders, they take their little forklift, they pick up the tank, bring it into the shop, and then they start cutting it up for the smokestack and the collector, cutting it up for the firebox, fabricating the doors. You got to think, these are just made out of propane tanks.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
when you get the
Mm-hmm.
tank, it's
So
a solid.
go up just a tad bit more there. And I
Right.
think it was right in the center. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. So those are
This one.
those are counterbalance. Those are counterweights.
Exactly. Yep.
Got you. Got you.
So you got to think, this is a good picture to show you, like, this
Mm-hmm.
tank, the way it looks on the backside is exactly how it looked on the front side
Mm-hmm.
before they started on it, right? But
Yeah,
they
right.
cut into it to do the doors and all that good stuff. So it's a pretty cool process.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty cool process.
And so you can take your situation on skids, and then they'll take the weld off, and you can put that on wheels when you're ready.
Yeah, we could throw it on. I'll probably end up, once I get real big, and kind of upgrade to 500 or 1,000-gallon. I will probably end up taking this 500, sending it back, and having them put it on the Overlander package.
Oh, I thought you were about to say send it to me. I was like, wait, what?
Nah, you bugging. But see, this is a 250.
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
that
Overlander
is.
package,
It is.
right? So I'll probably do that. That way I can take it to different events and stuff like that. So that'll be cool. It'll be mobile.
Sure.
So let's go back here. I'm sure we miss a lot of comments here. I'm also, like I said, I don't see Paul in the chat, but that doesn't mean he won't pop in. I'm gonna put the link here, just in case people want to come up. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff, so hang tight. If you're sitting in the queue for a little bit, that's just because we're trying to get to some topics. William Brock said your smoker's looking good. Thank you, William. I'm excited. TJ said it's supposed to help reduce the hot spot at the end of the smoker. That's what the collector's supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the science is behind that.
There's a hot spot at the end of smokers usually. So you
know how you see on YouTube people doing those biscuit tests?
I've seen the biscuits. I haven't done it yet.
That's to figure out where the hot spots are in your smoker, because it's not a perfect science, right? This isn't a household convection oven, right?
Right.
This is, you're using live fire. There's a science behind it. I mean, there's not a science behind it. It's like, it's open flame. Anything can happen. And so there's always going to be hot spots and different spots on different smokers. So you got to kind of figure out where those are by doing a biscuit test or just trial and error, right? Biscuits are cheaper than briskets because, right, if you're cooking your brisket for 12 hours, you want to make sure that brisket's not at a super hot point in your smoker, because your gauges, your tell-through gauges, they could say that your smoker's at 250 and you think you're great, you're doing fine, that's where you want to cook. But at one point in your smoker, it could be 25 degrees off.
Right.
Cooler or hotter.
Right. Yeah.
And so based on that, you can decide where you want to put your proteins. If you want to cook your ribs a little bit hotter than your briskets, then now you know where to put them. Gotcha. You want to cook your turkeys, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So it's beneficial to do a biscuit test. I remember somebody in the live said, "I'm not putting no biscuits on my smoker." Remember that?
I remember that. I don't know what that guy was talking about. He just be talking sometimes. But no, I mean, and I think the bigger smoker that you get, the more reasonable that test is. I think on a backyard smoker, you pretty much know where the hot spots are. right next to that firebox, right?
Right.
But yeah. Fort Queens is in the chat. Good evening, brothers. Good evening. The bigger stack will give you a better draw also.
It will. That is true. I got a vertical smoker that had a 2-inch a 2-inch stack on it. It actually had like a 4-inch coming off the other side, but the guy cut the 4-inch off and closed it up and put a 2-inch up. And now he was like, yeah, it's not drawing right. Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
So I think I got like a 6-inch, put a 6-inch stack on it. Yeah, just cut it out myself and have my dad welded it on top.
Okay.
And then the larger the stack, the better the draw. And I would imagine there's a YouTube video also with a guy. He made it like 15, 20 feet tall. He was using some type of tubing, of metal tubing of some such, and he did a whole analysis on it, not really conclusive on if a larger stack gives you better flow. But like you said, it's a science. It's not a science, but there is a science.
Sure. Absolutely.
For PRM barbecue, it's a science.
Yeah. Go check those guys. Four Queens Barbecue said, "Big boy toys." Yeah, that's right. These things ain't cheap, man. John Morris said, "What's up? What's up, man?" Fat Man is in the building. John Morris said a bacon test.
Oh yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that gives you the same idea, just because with the biscuit test, right? After however long you're cooking it, say it's 30 minutes. I don't know how long these tests usually are, but say it's 30 minutes. You can clearly see the dough in some places is raw. The dough in others has a great golden color. The one of them's much darker and kind of crispy, kind of hard. And then you'll see where the burnt ones are too. Right. I don't know if you get the same effect with the bacon, but
yeah, I'm not for sure either. But no matter where the test ends up, that's not going to waste for sure.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of raw bacon every now and then.
Oh, there you go. So I want to get into some topics here, man. Outside of the smoker. Number one, before we keep going, I'm going to really dive into some stuff tonight. So I need you guys to get a pen and paper out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take some notes, really soak up this information. And remember, guys, I want to reiterate this before we get into this. All right. The one-on-one barbecue business consulting. If you have signed up, you need to reach out to me so I know how to contact you so that we can start the coaching. Number one. Number two, if you're interested, if you're starting a barbecue business, like my boy TJ, who just got his logo made with Zoomies Barbecue. Pretty cool logo. Go check him out on Instagram.
Hey, somebody was supposed to show their logo to us or come back with on the next stream.
And TJ. That was TJ.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, he's working though. But I'm gonna show it real quick. Let's see. We're gonna give him a shout out. We're gonna try to get his follower account up just a little bit. Let's see. But the reason I bring it up is because TJ is starting his barbecue business, Zoomies Barbecue. Definitely go follow him on Instagram. But he is subscribed to the Business Barbecue Coaching. And the reason he's doing that is because he's starting this brand. He sees that I'm at a little bit further place than he is in the business side of things. And he wants to take kind of a shortcut. He wants a cheat code as to get this stuff done more efficiently and make more money. And so that's why he signed up for the coaching. I want you guys to know you have until the 30th to sign up at the $50 a month level. After that, it's going up to $100 a month because I am going to be very busy and I can only help so many people with the one-on-one coaching. So if that's something you're interested in, it's a membership on the channel. Go join the channel at the barbecue business coaching level and I will help you out. What do you think of the logo, man?
I like it.
It's definitely got brand appeal. Like you put that on a t-shirt, a koozie, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Zoomies, Zoomies BBQ.
Zoomies. There you go. Go follow him. But so what we're going to get into first is dealing with haters. TJ said yes, but you outed me now. What's up, Tailgate 360? Said, dealing with haters, okay, and barbecue. And the fact that not everyone's going to like your barbecue. So barbecue is one of those weird communities where everybody feels like they are an expert. Everybody feels like their opinion is the best opinion in the world. Everybody feels like they need to give their 2 cents, even if they've never cooked a brisket in their life. All they're doing is good at eating it. They want to give their opinions on everything, and that's what I've realized. Starting this restaurant, and early on, you're not going to get much of it. Early on, oh, we love your barbecue, everything's great, yada yada yada. But the more people that you serve, eventually, Greg, I can't tell you. We get so many positive reviews and so much positive feedback. It's been amazing. So don't get me wrong. But this week, I've had a couple people message me on different platforms and this, that, and the other, and just negative. Some of them, it's just good, constructive feedback. Nothing wrong with that. But some of them, I'm like, dude, really? That's what you hating on for real? And you got to understand, number one, not everyone is going to like your barbecue. Okay. There's Kansas City barbecue. There's Texas barbecue. Greg's out in California. There's people who like sauce versus no sauce. There's people who are just salt and pepper people. And there's people who want something a little more exotic. There's people who like glazes on their ribs versus people who don't. Sweet ribs versus savory ribs. Sweet beans versus savory beans. It's all this stuff. And if you are someone who makes sweet beans and sweet barbecue, you're going to piss off the person who just likes salt and pepper, and vice versa. And it's just, you're never going to please everyone. I had someone this week message me, and I'm not even going to read the message. I'm not going to out him like that. But he was talking about how my ribs were his least favorite because the membrane wasn't pulled off. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, the membrane is on the back side of the ribs that's being hit with 275-degree heat for 4 hours.
Right.
It's probably non-existent. If I didn't peel it off, I certainly scored it. And regardless, who is eating the backside membrane of the ribs?
I didn't even think about that. I never thought about that.
Backside of a rib? Who eats the backside of a rib?
Yeah, no.
You eat
never.
Like what?
Only backside of a rib I'm eating is a beef rib.
Yeah, I mean on a normal pork rib, right? You got the front side, which is the meaty side, and then you may have some meat on the side, right? Mm-hmm. But the bottom, I mean, it's just stuff like that. Mm-hmm. There's just stuff like that where I'm like, dude, are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? And you just got to cook barbecue the way you know how, the way you like it, because no matter what, you're not going to please everybody.
Right.
You're not. Mm-hmm. And Greg, you're at a part, right? You're in a part right now where all you're getting is positive, but they say if people ain't hating, you ain't popping. You will get to a point very quickly with the way you're going to where you're going to be popping even more than you are now, and you will start to get some haters.
Yeah, the potato salad's hard. I know that because it's just like you said. Some people use mayo, Miracle Whip, dill, sweet relish. Not everybody's gonna like your food. Not everyone's gonna. Somebody said, "Oh, your potato salad wasn't hitting." Okay.
But it's frustrating, right? When the last 10 people in line said it was great. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then and you're like, okay, awesome. And then that one person says something, and it just ruins your whole afternoon, right?
Right. Right. Yep.
But and just to clarify, because I know some of y'all will beat me up here in the chat. It's one thing to give constructive criticism. It's another. There's another form of hate where you could just tell. Mm-hmm. Like in my town, there's only one other barbecue restaurant. He's been there for 11 years, and I already got his people running up in my social media posts, acting a fool, mad because we opened up 6 minutes away from them.
Hey, that's the good US of A. You got to step up your game where the young guy's going to come in and, show you up. But yeah, I had a guy hate on me on the Yelp review. Are you like on your social media reviews or your Yelp or Google reviews? Is this like affecting your star rating, or is these
No,
just
no,
like
no, 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 no. Because most of the people who are hating it have never even been to my place.
because you
Most,
remember just about every customer that comes?
well, not only
Oh,
do I not remember them, but you can kind of tell by what they put, right? You got to tell by what they comment that they ain't never been there.
well,
like I had a guy. If you remember, well, I don't know if I told you this or not, but I had a guy who left a 1-star review. And he said, he literally, the first thing he said was, I've never been here. And then he proceeded to hate. And I'm like, dude, you ain't never been here.
I got a 2-star review of the same exact thing that literally started off and said, I can't review anything that I haven't had.
Yeah, yeah,
He wasn't open.
yeah.
The sign said sold out or something. I'm like, there's no sign. I wasn't there. There was no sign.
Right.
I paid Yelp to know, connect with you to let you know I wasn't going to be open.
Yep.
It's just that simple, man.
But something I was talking to my wife about when it comes to this, and what's going on, JM? JM said late to the party. How's it going?
What's going
It's
on,
good,
Jam?
man. It's good. We just talking. We just talking. John Moore said feedback is always good. Yeah,
That's true.
feedback's good. Feedback's good, but there's a difference between feedback and haters.
Mhm.
Easy says hello, all new to the live chat, but I've been following Kirby's Barbecue for a while. Welcome to the live, my friend. Welcome to the live.
Keep it going easy. Let us know what you do, and want to see a few more comments for you so you can keep you engaged in this chat. It's a great live. We talk about a lot of great stuff,
Mhm.
making barbecue great again.
That's right. But I was talking to my wife about this, and we've been to a lot of top barbecue places and stuff like that. And there was stuff from each place that we didn't really care for, but then there was also stuff that we were like, okay, that's really good. And I think it just boils down to everyone has different tastes.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, you're not going to love every single dish on somebody's menu. It's just impossible, and it takes a good amount of time for you to perfect every single one of your dishes. So you're going to make mistakes. Sometimes it's not going to come out as well as you can, and sometimes you're just doing the best you can with the knowledge, the skill set, the recipes that you have. It's not that you don't want to take it to another level. It's just maybe right now it's just not where you're at in your growth.
Mm-hmm.
I would say for me, probably every 3 to 4 months, I get like this burst of creativity with my recipes. I'm like, okay, we need to step this up a notch, and we need to do this or we need to do that, right? But it doesn't happen overnight. And like we went to, I'll say Franklin, because we went to Franklin Barbecue. It's like the king of brisket, the OG in
Yep,
barbecue,
100%.
and we
30-minute
thought,
line, 45-minute line,
oh shit, hours,
hour.
hours,
Yeah, actually hours. Actually hours.
hours. But we loved the brisket. The slaw was great. The beans were great. Um, the sausage, my wife didn't like. I thought the sausage was okay. My wife didn't like the sausage. That doesn't mean Franklin barbecue sucks. People just have different taste buds. The turkey was okay. I thought my turkey was better. That doesn't mean I'm like shitting on Franklin. It just means like, hey, people have different taste buds.
Right.
It just kind of is what it is. So not to harp on that too much, but I think you have to do the very best you can with the flavor profiles you're trying to give to your customer, and you have to be okay with turning some people off to be able to turn more people on.
Right. Yep. Yep. That's great advice. That's great advice.
Competition is good. Trial and error. Learn from your mistakes. Yeah. Learn from your mistakes and learn what flavors you're trying to give your customers. Because, like, I'll give you another example. When we went to Barb's BQ in Lockhart, right? She won a James Beard Award. She was on a list for one of the best new restaurants. She was on Texas Monthly. When we went, it was the same thing. There was stuff on her menu that I absolutely loved that my wife was like, nah, that ain't it for me. Right. And vice versa. And so, but that doesn't mean just because one or two or three or five people say something negative that she's going to change her whole recipe for that. That's just not, this is not realistic. So you gotta let those things slide off you. This is my way of venting. What do you think, Greg? What do you think?
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. I think that haters is what make us stronger. And then yeah, we should always be definitely looking to, take it to the next level as far as, whatever we're creating. Um but I think it's great advice. I agree with everything you're saying.
What have you seen personally in what you're cooking that you're like, okay, this is working, it's good, but I'm not totally happy with it, that you're looking to kind of step up? Any specific menu items, or you're not, that's not where your head's at the moment?
Yeah, no, my head's not there at the moment. I feel
Okay.
pretty yeah, I feel pretty solid on my menu and my food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say that, a month ago or 2 months ago, but my brisket wasn't where it needed to be. That was my main item.
Yeah.
Right. That definitely need to have been, that was the icing on the cake for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I will forever eternally be grateful to you for that.
For what specifically?
The bark,
Oh, yeah.
the cook time, the whole cooking process of a brisket. I was doing it, but it wasn't. Yeah, I was doing it. I was trying to be, to the numbers, to the T's with it, right? But you're like,
Yeah.
nah, man, shut the doors, keep the fire hot,
Yeah.
and just and
Lock,
don't wrap it until you're ready.
lock them in like a church during communion, my friend. Lock them briskets in there. Don't even look at them for 10 hours. They're not done.
Yeah, they're not done. They're not done.
JM's doxing you here, man. He calling you out here.
Yeah, man. I'm here in San Francisco, California. I do production. So I had an event yesterday through my own company, James Media. And I have an event setup was today and show is tomorrow for a larger production company that I freelance for. So yeah, that's what I'm out here doing. I will take it back though to my ribs, right?
Okay. Yeah.
My dad is the pit master, right? My parents catered when I was young, so like this whole food, serving food, cooking food, catering is kind of just like I just grew up around it. But my dad is the pit master, and um, as I started this whole brisket daddy barbecue, and I was out there slinging brisket, he's like, "Hey, you can't be a brother out here, not selling ribs." And I knew this to be true because my customers would come up and say, "Hey, you got ribs and hot links." And for the first 3 or 4 weeks, you got ribs and hot links. So I was turning people away. So Pops came through and he started, doing some ribs for me.
Yeah.
And this past weekend, I had a customer who wanted some ribs. And so I wasn't open. And I said, "Hey, yeah, sure." It took me she called back a couple times and I said, "You know what? Yeah, for sure. I'll do it for you." And I took it as an opportunity to be able to, like, I can make a slab of ribs. Like, I've made ribs before, but my dad knows how to make ribs.
Right.
And so I bought a case of ribs and did them just as I was taught to do them, seasoned them up, used my binder, and then fire hot. And we talked about this, but I had to walk away for some time, and these ribs came out amazing. They came. You may have to show them on the social media from your page, but because I can't share my screen, but this is this last week was I learned a lot. I learned how, to cook the ribs. I learned how to price my ribs. I learned a lot about myself. I may, I'm getting up like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, just on a regular now. And that's what I did. I got up early. I started a fire. I put 6 slabs of ribs on, and I really wanted to post like I was gonna have ribs. I was just taking a chance, and so I made ribs and made a social media post, and I said, "Hey, I got ribs available if you need ribs." And by the end of the day, 4 hours, I had sold 4 or 5 hours. I had sold those 6 slabs of ribs, and I feel really proud of myself for that though, because just to be able to market those real quick and cook them, um, it meant a lot because now I know that I can continue that recipe just like I did with my brisket. So um, I won't have to rely on pops as much to be able to make this happen.
For sure. And we just showed them on screen. We ran the video a couple times.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Yeah, so that was really exciting, and I thank my customers for reaching out and picking those up for me because I didn't have to put anything in the fridge, so it was awesome.
Good deal.
Yeah,
Good deal. Uh, I don't know why it's not letting me show comments. Oh, there we go.
there we
It's
go.
delayed. Easy said, "What are you guys' thoughts on starting a food truck versus a barbecue catering business? I am located in Austin, Texas. You are in a very crowded market, my friend,
Hmm.
but Austin has a large appetite for barbecue and really supports new barbecue ventures, especially if the food is really good. My advice would be to start as a pop up. Go buy $100 tent from Academy. Go get you a good smoker if you don't already have one. Start getting some good recipes. Do a lot of testing, especially in a market like Austin. Don't launch without no bullshit. Do not, because it'll ruin your name right off the bat. You want to launch strong. So if you don't have restaurant experience, or if you have a limited restaurant experience or limited barbecue experience, I would go work at one of those various barbecue restaurants that are in Austin for probably 6 months and learn everything that you can, so that when you uh, go to start your barbecue business, you are starting on a good playing field, because those guys will kill you out there. Those guys are killers, man. There's so many great barbecue spots in Austin that if you're not on your A game, you're gonna be there. People just have way too many options there for barbecue, to where if you're not top notch, there's going to be a problem. Like, shoot, I'll be honest here, to kind of vulnerable to you, easy man. I I continuously get better each and every week, each and every month that I'm doing this. I'm continuing to learn and get better, so on and so forth. But even myself in the Austin market, you gotta level up. They like to do things on a whole nother level, and they got the budget to do it. So, I'm talking Creekstone Farms briskets. I'm talking culinary like side dishes. Where I'm talking about like culinary school side dishes, like real stuff. We're not talking about some basic mac and cheese, in Austin. So, but yeah, I do a pop up. I wouldn't go straight into the expense of a food truck or a restaurant.
Yeah,
There, I would build your name as a pop up, and I would go work with other people in the barbecue business.
right. I agree 100% because you're talking 80,000 out the gate for a food truck, and then you're talking 8 to 900 a month to store that somewhere, right? Um, and so do you just have that kind of money sitting around to be able to do this? Um, you know, do you have a commercial kitchen already, right? Because yeah, you can do catering and pop up, right? But you got to get a sign
Yeah,
off on you being able to have that kitchen.
yeah,
So yeah, catering is just as good as doing a pop-up tent, but the pop-up's going to allow you to be able to increase your monies so you can make moves.
yeah. Yeah, so that's the advice I would give. Even myself, oftentimes I wonder, should I have just gotten a job at one of these big barbecue restaurants for a couple months before starting my restaurant? But at the same time, I've tried a lot of these barbecue restaurants, and I feel like mine's better. And so, kind of is what it is. But yeah, I mean, the more learning you do, the more experience you have, the better the venture is going to be for you. And I know a lot of people's excuse when I tell them, hey, go work in a restaurant, go work in a barbecue restaurant before you start, is, well, I already have a full-time job or a full-time career. Shoot, go work there on the weekends, man. You're 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Barbecue restaurant prime time hours is the weekends. Go to the barbecue place, tell them, hey, I want to learn, I want to work, I'll do whatever you want. I'll wash dishes, I'll trim briskets, whatever you want, man. Tell them I can work on Saturdays. And they'll be plenty happy to have you come in on Saturday and trim some briskets. I can assure you that. I can assure you of that. Good deal. He says, cool, thanks, guys. But yeah, that's what I would do, man. That's what I would do. But Greg, I'm telling you, every couple months, you're going to start, because I'm sure you watch as much barbecue content as I do. You're going to see people doing different things, and you're going to see these documentaries. There's so many good barbecue documentaries on YouTube. And you're like, man, that looks really good. I need to step up this. Because I do it all the time, bro. All the time.
So, yeah, I guess, I wasn't thinking as far as like what I have already, like I'm okay with like the flavor and the profiles, right? But like new items, if you're talking like new items or creative ideas, then yes, because I'm seeing stuff all like the chimichurri coleslaw that I did.
Yeah.
Right. Amazing. That just was like everybody loved it. It's not a regular mayonnaise based coleslaw. It was fresh. It's chimichurri a little bit. One gentleman didn't like it too much. It was a little too spicy because of the red pepper flakes. But yeah, definitely. There's all kind of ideas, right? From the smoked ice cream to the brisket balls to the all kind of things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I will share with you some changes that I'm making.
Okay.
And I think I talked to you a little bit about it, but I'll share with the audience, right? So we've been serving sliced white bread on the side, which is pretty traditional for most Texas barbecue restaurants, right? We're moving away from that, and we're going to do fresh baked rolls. Because it's just
what?
Yep. We're going to be doing fresh baked rolls starting next weekend. We'll be doing fresh baked rolls. Okay,
that's a huge ad, man.
Yeah, because thank you. I just feel like, I see all these barbecue places. Speaking of easy, see all these barbecue places in Austin, and man, I'm telling you, the culinary experience that they give their customers like on a whole nother level. And so, you've got Wonder Bread or a fresh baked roll. Which one would you prefer?
Right.
So I'm constantly trying to get into the customer's head and be like, okay, if I was coming to this restaurant, what changes could I make to wow the customer? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even Goldie's, like they're, I haven't been in their line before, but they're really known for their bread, right? Like their rolls.
Yep, they make their bread in house. They make their rolls in house. Actually, it's bread. It's actually bread. It's homemade bread. It's actually loaves of bread.
Loaves of bread, right?
But they're house made. Everything's mixed in house, baked in house, obviously, and whatnot. And that's something that they do that's different than a lot of places.
Yeah.
The other thing we're doing is we're hopping on the bandwagon of free beer. So we're going to have a cooler outside with free beer. So if you want a free beer, come by Kirby's Barbecue this weekend, because this weekend we're going to have beer. We got it in the fridge. It's nice and cold for you. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come through, get you a free beer. If you're 21 and older, obviously.
You got to put up that sign that the Crab Shack puts up. Yeah.
What's that?
Free beer tomorrow.
Really?
Free beer tomorrow.
Okay.
Or free brisket tomorrow. But yeah. Then you come back and the next day it's like, no, that's tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, fresh baked rolls. Okay. Free beer. We're going to be adding a glaze to our ribs. So right now the ribs that I cook, right, it's salt, pepper, and smoke. And the way I do them, they're really great. I've gotten outstanding reviews on my ribs. Besides a couple people, once again, I've had a couple people who were like, man, the ribs were my least favorite of everything. But like I said, you're not going to please everybody. But we're testing out a new glaze. I made it today. Sampled it on some bacon. Phenomenal.
Oh, yes.
But we're going to be doing it on the ribs this weekend. So hopefully that goes over well. I think it will. The glaze turned out phenomenal. But once again, going to turn some people off. Some people who don't like their ribs saucy, it's going to turn some people off. But you got to serve what you feel like you need to serve. All right. And so we're going to be adding that. What else? What else are we going to be doing?
Yeah. Yeah. The more you talk about it, the more I'm thinking, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You got to be thinking. Yeah. Right.
You start thinking about these things.
Yeah.
We're planning on making we might do it for the grand opening. We may do it for the grand opening. We're going to continue to sell our jalapeno sausage, our classic jalapeno sausage. That's a hit. It's phenomenal. But we may add a second sausage, which is going to be a chorizo quesadilla sausage, which is going to be out of this world. Okay, out of this world. And then just kind of bring some more variety, right? Some special things. It'll be a special. It may not go on the permanent menu, but we may have it, a couple weekends here and there as a special.
Yeah, I was passed by a place the other day. Actually, my parents went out for Mother's Day, and they got the pork butt, the pulled pork butt quesadilla.
Okay.
It was sliming. It was sliming. It was good.
Okay.
And they serve wings. They serve the whole, wing and drumette attached. So that's the whole wing.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think, oh, gosh, Lee, I'm gonna move. Yeah, 100%. I'm so sorry for not answering that question honestly and correctly the first time. I got to move. Yeah, now I'm thinking I got to move to the whole wing. The whole wing is way better than just the drum and the wingette.
I personally, to eat, I prefer the drum and the just whatever it is separate.
Party wings.
Yeah, I enjoy the party wings
myself
to eat, but I did do the whole wings one weekend. I had a catering that I did them for, and I had it was Super Bowl weekend, so I had a catering I did for them, and then I also sold them at the pop-up site during Super Bowl weekend, and they were a hit. I didn't think they were my greatest thing, but everybody loved them. And I actually had two customers come back this past weekend, and they were like, "Hey, let me get an order of the wings," because they hadn't been back since Super Bowl weekend. And I was like, "We don't sell wings." And they're like, "What? No, we had the greatest wings last time we were here." I was like, "Oh, you guys came Super Bowl weekend that we were doing it for Super Bowl." So that was interesting.
What's it like just adding something like that to the menu spontaneously? Because, how do you know if you're going to sell something that's just new on the menu like that?
It's risky, especially when you're first starting out. My dog has got the zoomies right now. Talking about Zoomies barbecue. Let's see this guy. What's up, buddy? What's up, man? That's Ollie.
Hey, Ollie.
Little
baby German Shepherd.
Yeah, baby. He's a baby, but he's about 85 pounds.
Yeah.
But it's risky. Until you start doing like real high volume, it's very risky because and until you have time in the game where you've got a lot of repeat customers who trust you. Because a lot of people, when you're coming for their first time, their second, their third, their fourth, they're just going to get what they always get when they come to a barbecue restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
The Texas Trinity, brisket, ribs, and sausage. Or if they always just get a barbecue brisket sandwich, they're just going to get a brisket sandwich, right? You have to build up that trust to where when you say, "Hey, guess what? We just added this new sausage. You should really try it." You got to build up that trust in what you've already done in the past to where they're willing to spend their money and try that new item.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things. And then, volume cures everything, because even if you don't sell it, if you just made $5,000 for the day, who cares? you know what I mean? It's not if you made, I don't know, 50 chicken wings, which that's a lot to waste. But if you made 50 chicken wings and you sold 15 of them, but you made $5,000 that day, Okay, we
Yeah.
tried it, didn't work. We won't do that next week.
Right. Right.
But when you're doing $1,000 and
Mhm.
you just wasted a whole case of chicken wings, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Man,
Make him.
can I get some comments in the chat? The chat has been dry. Let's get some comments in the chat. If you haven't liked the video, like the video. Subscribe if you're new. What's going on here, guys? Is my comment section frozen or what? I keep looking at it and nobody's commenting it. They must be mad. I missed some chats. Tailgate LLC mentioned what we were talking about. If you're looking, you're not cooking. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let's get some comments, guys. Come on. But yeah, so it can be risky. It can be risky if you're adding new items. So you got to do it very smartly. Very smartly.
Well, you got me nervous on the chicken wings because yeah, I have 200 chicken wings seasoned up in the fridge right now, ready for tomorrow. So yeah, hope this goes well. Actually, 2 days. I got 2 days left.
The other thing too is you're doing it. This is for an event, right?
Right.
So the other benefit that you have with doing an event is you have a limited menu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so with your limited menu, the smaller your menu, the more likely people are going to select that item. So you may just be okay. With a menu as big as mine, adding another item, people are going to be like, well, I always get the Texas Trinity. It's good. I don't need to try something else. There's the risk there. But with a limited, that's why I like these events, the different caterings, because you can say, all right, we're doing 3 things today: brisket sandwich with fries and a drink or chips and a drink, wings with chips and a drink, and brisket nachos with chips and a drink. You do those 3 items, I mean, you're going to be fine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You're going to be okay. So there is a lot of money in keeping it simple. And us as kind of creatives and chefs and cooks, we like to add more things and add more things and add more things. And it can be to our detriment, which we're going to get into soon.
We're going to talk about that later. You're saying soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was like literally writing down my menu because I told you I was going to work on that and I hadn't even started. And I was like, oh, shoot, I got to get this on paper.
I look at my menu almost every week, and try to figure out, okay, what am I selling? What am I not selling? What can I improve on? That's why I'm sitting here last week and looking at this Wonder Bread, this white bread, and I'm like, man, am I really doing my best here? You know what I'm saying? And with the ribs, I'm like, man, they're good, but am I really doing my best here? And try to make adjustments. Another new thing to my menu is the beans. So I've been doing baked beans, right? And the reason I've been doing baked beans as opposed to ranch beans is because my family's from Kansas. My grandpa, whose name was Kirby, that's who I named the business after, he did barbecue competitions in Kansas City, okay, back in like the 80s, 90s. And in Kansas City, in Kansas, barbecue is sweet. The sauce is sweet. The glazes are sweet. The beans are sweet. Down here in Texas, it's all about the savory. It's salt and pepper. The beans are ranch style beans, they call them, and there ain't no brown sugar.
Yeah, right. I do not like ranch style barbecue beans.
Okay, so you like the sweet stuff. So once again, everybody likes different things. So the beans that I've been doing because I got some feedback from someone who's local, but I do respect them, and they were giving constructive feedback, just to be clear. So, but he was like, "Hey, your beans are good, but it seems like you're trying to do both. You've got the really sweetness from the brown sugar and stuff, but you've also got the chili powder and the cumin and the garlic and the pepper, and we're just kind of a little they're good, but we're a little lost on it because it's like you combined both of them." And he was like, you should choose one or the other. He didn't tell me which one to choose. He was like, but you should choose one or the other. Do baked beans or ranch beans. And so now I'm coming to a point where I have to essentially, like I said, I value his advice. He's been to all the top 50 barbecue restaurants, so on and so forth. It's like, okay, I got to make a choice. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Easy
Oh,
said,
wow.
I recently purchased a 250-gallon smoker from Primitive Pits. It's a monster. Yeah, those pits are great, man. Those pits look awesome. Those pits look awesome.
Primitive.
What was the wait time? What was the wait time? Because I know with those larger companies that produce a lot of pits, the wait time can be pretty long, man. That was one of the factors that went into my decision to get my PRM barbecue co pit. Was he said 90 days, and I was like, cool, I can do 90 days, and he's been on time with it. So, but yeah, the primitive pits are great. 2013, the kid said, good evening. This is Pat from Galveston. Great conversation. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Quick Z Barbecue says, we smoke our beans and brown sugar out here in Arizona. Seem to be a hit. LOL. We love our sweet beans. See, and that's the thing. Some people like sweet beans. Some people like savory beans.
Mm-hmm.
This weekend.
Yep.
So here's a difference. This goes along with the conversation. So when I first started doing beans, I asked for some people's opinions because I don't like beans. So I knew I wasn't going to be the one really
like in
tasting.
general, you're not like a bean. You don't like beans, right?
I don't eat beans.
Red beans and rice.
Nothing.
Kidney
No
beans.
No beans. None. Green beans, I ate like growing up, but I don't really.
What about lima beans?
No. No beans. But anyway, so I was asking people, like,
Garbanzo
hey,
beans? No, I'm messing.
Nothing. So I'm like, do I need to make these beans from scratch, or can I get some Bush's baked beans and doctor them up and do my thing, right? Or, I was asking people all these opinions on the beans. The feedback I got was, yeah, doctoring them up was no problem. And let me tell you something, though. Let me tell you something that sounds funny, but me not being a bean eater, I didn't know any difference. And not to mention, I read, you guys are barbecue people. You know who Bledsoe is. I can't remember his first name. He's out. That's your boy. He's from California. Bledsoe Barbecue. Yeah. Look him up. He's from California. He's got a barbecue restaurant. It's called Bledsoe's Barbecue. He's in LA. He's got all kinds of TV shows that he's on. He's a barbecue judge on many shows. He's been very successful in the barbecue. Kevin Bledsoe. And he's got a cookbook that's out. And I got his cookbook as a birthday present from my sister-in-law. Okay. And in the cookbook, in his cookbook, he literally says, I see you, Fat Man Barbecue. I'll bring you up in a minute. He literally says, for beans, just get a can of baked beans and doctor them up, and he has this whole recipe, right? And so this guy's super acclaimed, everything like that. So I said, okay, well, if he can do it, I can do it,
right?
And like I said, I've gotten good feedback on my beans. Don't get me wrong, but I know none of the top 50 barbecue restaurants are doing that. I know that.
Yeah, you know that for sure.
So yeah, I know that for sure.
Oh, this guy's website is nice. Bledsoe's. I like this site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bought actual, beans, and they're soaking right now overnight, getting prepared for me to make the ranch style beans for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm making them for the weekend. And so they're going to be a savory bean like they like it here in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see how they go over with people. And if it's a hit, then we're going to stick with that because, they said I needed to pretty much pick, one or the other, the baked beans or the ranch style beans.
You do. Yeah, you have to.
His website is dope. I need a website like that.
I need a website. I'm trying to.
His website's dope, man.
Yes.
The Fat Man Barbecue. You're live. What's up, brother?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, we're talking about beans right now, right? So I
Yes.
do a beef chorizo baked beans. So it's a savory bean that I use here in Minnesota. I tested on a couple people who like it.
Beef chorizo?
Beef chorizo, yes, sir.
So just like they do pork chorizo, there's beef chorizo also.
There is.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So yeah, it's not kind of taking ground beef and making pork and beans with the ground beef, or the Bush's baked beans. That's kind of like a meat-based bean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get the vegetarian beans because I don't, I just use the vegetarian beans and then I use the chorizo. like cook it up or smoke it. But they
So
always
is
come
it-
smoke already.
Are you doing the beans from scratch, or are you starting with a
With a
canned
can,
base?
the vegetarian canned beans.
Okay.
And then
Why
I'll do the
specifically is it a vegetarian bean? What's the difference? What's a non-vegetarian bean?
Well, there's no meat in it. It's no pork in it. So it's basically a neutral bean. You can either put pork in it or you can put beef in it. So it's just for
Because when you
vegetarian.
because when you get original can of Bush's baked beans, it comes with the bacon in it. Comes with like bacon chunks in it.
Right. So I buy pork and beans, basic pork and beans. So that has pork in it. So that's not vegetarian. So you just
Right.
buy
No.
just a basic bean. Gotcha.
But yep, it say vegetarian beans on the can.
So
I forgot the brand though.
yeah, it's fine. So is the cost on that can of beans, vegetarian beans, less than a meat product bean? Do you know?
Not that much.
Not that
Not-
much. It'll vary. Depends upon what size you get. I like getting the big cans.
Yep.
So it'll be much easier than the small cans.
Oh, okay. And then from there, you do your beef chorizo. Oh yeah, because if you bought pork and beans, you would have pork, or if you bought Bush's, you would have bacon or pork, and then your
Right.
just beef beans.
Right.
Got it.
Before we move on, I want to know in the chat, we got 18 people live. If everybody can spam in the chat, do you guys like sweet or savory beans? Put it in the chat. We want to know. Let's take a
Yep.
vote.
Yeah.
Oh, and where you're at in the country. That's important. Just put like
Yep.
the state initials. That's important.
So Fat Man Barbecue, what do you put in your beans?
Green peppers, onions, the beef chorizo, and then I put a little caramelized sugar in it, just a little hint of sweetness to it. But other than that, just keep it basic, and little chili powder too in that as well.
Oh wow. So that Terramar sugar is the same kind of sugar that we can use to season our briskets too. That's a common.
Whoa. No. We don't put no kind of
No
sugar
sugar
on
on
our briskets.
brisket.
No,
We
I
don't put
thought
no
I,
sugar on no brisket.
I thought I seen that somewhere.
No.
No.
You gonna get crucified in this chat room.
He didn't mean that, or he didn't mean that.
Well,
I'm
I
about
thought
to kick Fat Man. Do I kick him off the live or what?
No.
Do I put him in timeout real quick?
Get one more. Get one more.
I'm about to put you in timeout. Don't you dare put no sugar on that brisket.
No sugar.
it was maybe it was a certain type of salt then that I seen. But I thought I seen an ingredient on something
that was backpedaling.
Yeah. No, terminal sugar is just it's more of a course to a brown sugar versus the white sugar.
Okay.
I got some in my seasonings, terminal sugar, but I don't put that on my brisket. I put on my ribs and my pulled pork, my pork butt.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So keep the brisket. Keep it simple, man.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't do that, but so I will redeem myself. I will go back and find that product and let you know what I was.
Yeah, let me know,
thinking.
because them people need to get talked about.
Yeah. Chinook Barbecue says, good evening. Hope all is well, you guys. It is, man. It is. Thank you for tuning in, Chinook. It's good to hear from you. Okay, we got savory in Galveston. Makes sense.
Texas. Yep.
Makes sense. Savory in Waco. Makes sense. Okay. We got Gorka becomes a channel member. Let's go. Welcome to the channel. That's what there you go. See, that's what I need right there. That's what I need.
Little fireworks.
Yeah, I need the air horn. I need the air horn right there.
Right.
I wish it told me when people join the channel. I wish it told me what level they
Instantly?
subscribed at.
You have to go back and check on that.
Assistant pitmaster level. Okay, my man's gonna get him some free brisket. He's gonna get some good stuff. Access to the videos before anybody else. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much. William Brock said, lean more to the savory bean, Dallas. Yep. So see, I've been messing it up with the sugar and the beans for where I'm at. But like I said, my family's from Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
They do sweet beans in Kansas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was just the base of my recipes. I kind of took from what I learned from my grandpa Kirby. Right. And so there's still a little bit of that Kansas in there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Uh,
Oh, shit.
oh yeah, they're gonna grill you, Greg. They're
Yeah,
gonna grill
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Bro, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Here's another one.
No way.
No, well, golly, I'm getting it bad.
They
I got to
gonna
find
grill
out
you.
what it was. I don't know. I
Yeah,
used to
I don't
see all
want to
kind
know.
of stuff.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know, right?
I
He's
don't
like,
wanna
don't
know.
look, don't look.
Don't look.
Maybe it was a certain type of salt.
Nano's pie. The
Sugar.
only thing sugar goes into is that. Granddaddy of them all, South Carolina vinegar-based barbecue sauce, great for pulled pork. Okay,
Mm,
so
that's
that's
true.
the only thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right now. That's the only thing I put. Well, that's the only meat. Not even meat. It's a sauce. Really the only thing I put sugar in was the beans and the barbecue sauce.
Mhm.
But now that we're doing
that a
rib
white sugar?
glaze,
Yeah, or brown sugar.
yeah, that brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Yeah, brown sugar. But now that we're doing the rib glaze, that's another story, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's going to have some brown sugar in there, right?
So, are you afraid about the glaze, sweet glaze, in your Texas ribs, though?
You said, am I afraid?
Yeah, to use that on your ribs.
You know, a little bit, just because people are now used to my ribs not having a glaze on them.
Mm-hmm.
But even most barbecue places now in Texas, they do have a sweet glaze on their ribs. You know, you know, so I don't know. It's a battle for me because I want to keep it simple,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I think especially these people, these real barbecue enthusiasts that go around and they try all the different barbecue places. Nowadays here in Texas, people are doing all kinds of different stuff with their barbecue.
Right.
And so you might take a bite into somebody's rib and just have like a flavor explosion of different things that they're doing. And I do want people to get that wow factor when they try my food. And I don't want them to just try everything and think everything just tastes the same. Like, oh, the brisket and the ribs have the same exact rub. It's just pork versus beef. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. I am struggling with it a little bit. We'll see how they go over this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm doing the glaze this weekend.
Yeah, trial and error. Trial and error. Because I watched a lot of Franklin. I watch a lot of Franklin videos too. So he does a glaze when he wraps it, and it comes out with the glaze on top of it. So that looks pretty good. So yeah, I got that from Franklin. I do that myself at the end, and I haven't had no complaints yet.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be working with. Let's see. He just did ribs and brown sugar. Can go on ribs. Okay.
Yeah.
They say either or in Pennsylvania. I missed a question in here too. Gorkum, I think, asked a question about wood. Something about reliable. Here we go. How reliable is sourcing wood in your area? Any suggestions? Here's my suggestion. Since barbecue is so prevalent where I'm at, not all of them, but most of the people who have tree cutting businesses, they stack another business on top of that by supplying wood for fire, for pit, for like campfires and fire pits, as well as barbecue smokers. So the guys that I use, they have a wood business. I mean, they go and they trim trees, they do all that stuff, and then they take all the trees that they trim from somebody's property, whatever the case may be, and then they process that and they season it. And so they always have wood because they're always doing jobs, and it's been very reliable. So I would try to find someone like that to get your wood from.
I'm looking for somebody right now for you in here in Minnesota. I'm looking for him right now.
There you go. See, we got people everywhere. He's looking for a wood plug for you. Zumi said in New Orleans they like it sweet. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else? We got more. Gorkum said upper Midwestern folks seem to like spicy fruit type of glaze on pork ribs. Interesting.
A spicy fruit.
Interesting.
Spicy fruit.
So that's
Yeah.
like a
Mango.
peach habanero.
Right.
Yeah.
Mango
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna step away for just one moment, gentlemen.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
We keep it
You know,
rolling.
keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
Man, I saw your ribs on your Instagram, your cookout, man. That looked gorgeous. I was like, you saw my heart, and I was like, wow, that looks good.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. I took a chance and I did it just like Pops taught me how to do it,
Yeah.
So I take all my seasonings and he does it a little bit differently. I'll share. You take all your seasoning and spices and mix it up in a bowl real well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I laid down an oil, like an olive oil or just a regular oil, and I mixed all that together and made like a paste.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It became a paste.
Right. I
And
feel
I
you.
took the paste and then just rubbed it all into every crevice of the
Yep,
rib.
every crest is like massaging it, just
Right.
making love to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I threw them in the fridge overnight.
Oh,
And
perfection.
yeah, man. And then got up and then just put them on. And then it was interesting because I had a guy got called away for an emergency at work.
Okay.
And I threw on an extra piece of wood and walked away, planning to walk away for 45 minutes to an hour. And I was gone for an hour and 40 minutes, 45 minutes with ribs cooking, smoking. They were away from the fire.
Right. Okay.
They did good. Honestly, I think they were, they're not supposed to fall off the bone.
Right.
Right. So a few of them, I think the ones closest to the fire were falling off the bone.
Right.
And then everything else did great.
That's awesome.
It did great for the first 2.5 hours. I sprayed them, every 30 minutes or whatever. And I use, I love spraying with, Budweiser.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I love spraying with Budweiser.
Get a little hint of, yeast and barley in there.
Yeah. It helps tenderize the meat a little bit too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Budweiser and, whatever else I can find.
Okay.
So I'm dropping the StreamYard link in the chat. If anybody else wants to come up, now's the time to do so. Greg, there's only a couple issues I saw with the ribs.
Okay. Yep. Give them to me. Yep. See, here we go. Constructive criticism. Or you can hate on me. Or you can hate on me.
All over the internet.
Just hate on me. Yeah. Right.
No. We already talked about one of them, so I'm not even going to mention it. But the other thing that I would say is the only issue with the paste method that you use to coat the ribs, right, is we got TJ coming up. The only issue, you're on the stage, TJ. You just got to unmute. The only issue with the paste method you use on the ribs is the appearance when they come out. Like if you notice. And this might just be my Texas talking, right? Everybody does barbecue a little bit different. But you notice, if you look at any of the top 50 in Texas's ribs, when they come out, you see that nice even coating, that nice even pattern of pepper, sparkle. When you do a paste like that, though, you get a lot of splotchy areas. You don't get it, evenly coated. It's the only constructive criticism, not hating, that I would give.
Okay. See that. But I bet they was really good though.
They look good.
Yo, Pops was like, great job, son. Well done.
You got the approval.
Right.
I said, well, maybe because you didn't have to spend the 4 hours cooking them. He was like, nah, he started laugh. He laughed at that, but he really.
Okay. I see what you're saying now.
So that's the one that was a little overcooked because it was on the bottom.
All right.
But a few of them was able to, I was able to get some bark some bark on it.
I see that. Yeah, I see that.
Was that the one closer to the fire? The one that you got the nice bark on it?
I believe so. Yeah, that was to the far right. Yeah, closest to my firebox. Yes, sir. The far back right-hand corner there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were really shocked at that, but
your hot spot is in front or in the back of your smoke? That's a tower, right? So is that the bottom more or is it the top more as far as your heat source?
Yeah, so let's talk about this directly where we see this meat.
Okay.
I took a deep chafing dish and I was cooking coals with that directly under the meat
Oh, okay.
in my vertical smoker. So I wasn't even using the firebox that was off to a side because it's a double door smoker, and then the firebox is off to the side, right?
Okay.
And so yeah, I just had fire like underneath. My dad likes to grill ribs. He's not really a smoking, right? So he's like, hey, let's put that fire underneath there. And don't use wood. I put a couple pieces of wood on there, but it mainly was like a charcoal bed.
Mm.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, I feel like. Right.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I like grilling ribs too. That's what I was about to say too. I like grilling them too.
Grill. I think I said it on the I think I said it on the last live we did. But some of the best ribs you ever make is on one of those $25, $50
That's right.
Webers from Walmart.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
With some Kingsford charcoal.
Yeah, I need to put out a reel or some video about my smoker. I've been doing a lot of work to it. My dad's been doing a lot of work to it. I will definitely work on that for next week for sure. I got a lot of content, just haven't pushed that out just yet.
Uh-oh.
That was said TJ though.
Yeah, he just said I'm not on live.
Your account
Oh
is hacked,
shoot. You're saying somebody
hacked your account.
Somebody either hacked his account or they replicated his name.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy. And as soon as you brought him on.
Well, guys,
oh my gosh. Come on, guys.
Very sorry about that.
We got crazy people online doing crazy stuff, and we're so sorry about that. It's hard doing this.
Well, that person just ruined it for everybody else because now you're gonna have to be vetted with me to get on live.
What do you mean? Oh, right. Yeah. So can you bring them up in the back channel and
yeah. Now TJ's texting us. That was not me.
Well, come on.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. So TJ is in the chat online.
TJ's in the chat, and whoever that was must have
been on watching the live and then replicated his situation.
Yeah, changed his name. Changed his name and came on. Okay. Well, we won't be doing that any longer. Sorry about that, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Sincerely apologize.
Yeah, we're so sorry.
Sorry, man. Wow.
That's 2 weeks. I mean, what do they say? You ain't popping if you ain't got haters. That's 2 weeks in a row that we had somebody crazy trying to hop on here.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well,
it's all good.
Will probably be deleting this live as soon as we get off. We're not gonna upload this one.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, send it. Yeah, send it to me, and I'll edit. I'll edit it out.
Shoot. I'll have to. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's get back to the comments.
All right. Yep. Take two. Let's go.
Let's get back on the comments. All right, take two.
All right. So
we got somebody. How do I get online? Well, you can't now. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. Well.
Accepting anybody else online.
Yeah, I made it. Yeah.
The Fat Man Barbecue made it. Greg made it. Hope Smoke Barbecue made it.
Yeah. Okay.
TJ 20 made it, but we gotta verify. Verify.
Okay. Let's do this. 2013. The Kid. What do you do? Where are you from? Put it in the chat and let us know. You guys got to start some credentials at this point.
Here's how it's gonna go from now on with people getting on live. Here's how it's gonna go. If you want to get on live, you got to send me a message on Instagram, and then we're gonna video call on Instagram before you can get on live. So with this new process, you're gonna have to do that in advance. So if you want to be on next week's live, you got to message me on Instagram this week. We got to talk on video call, and then I will personally send you the live link. Other than that, you're not getting on.
Yeah,
I'm on the day one, so I'm good. To
Yeah,
go.
you good. Uncle
at
T's barbecue. What's up, man? Sorry you had to see that. Sorry you had to see that, man. This ain't that type of show. This is
Right.
not that type of show. Hey, they tried to spoof TJ pretty good though. A white guy on there. Hey, TJ, I need you to use some of your I ain't gonna put you out like that, but I need you to use some of your resources you got down there to figure out who that was, man.
Right. Yeah.
I know we got. Yeah, I know we got some techie people.
Yeah, that was techie. That was definitely.
That was something. That was something. Valley Pitmasters, howdy from South Texas, Brownsville. What's up, man? What's going on? Hallmark's Barbecue. Hope you're doing well. Gorkum said, "Hey Kirby, I know how that exploit happened. Yeah, I think because you can put whatever you want your name to be when you hop up on live stream. So I think he just clicked the link to hop on, and then he changed his name to TJ's name on StreamYard.
Oh, but he had a picture of TJ in the YouTube thing though too. Oh,
well, that's because TJ's actually in YouTube.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We'll try harder, guys. We got a process we're getting together. So yeah.
Right.
Stick with us. Stick with us.
Uncle T's barbecue said, "Oh man, I was hoping to join live tonight. Not tonight, my friend."
All right.
Well, you know what?
Uncle TJ may Uncle T has been good though. Like you already betted him.
Uncle, yeah, but somebody's gonna try to spoof him.
Yeah, right. So you can't bring him on your back end and have him open up the camera first.
I can.
Yeah, he's just like, no, where's TSA? We can stop.
I'm traumatized. I'm trying.
Right, he's like,
Uncle T's. Send me a message on Instagram.
Yeah, just we got to just some kind of vetting,
and I'll see what I can do. Hey, this is OS Pat from Galveston. We talked in person. Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, I know Mullins.
That's much better. Welcome the kid.
Sorry about that. TJ Murray, I switched over to Zoomies Barbecue when whoever that was got on. Okay.
So that's the real TJ Murray.
Do we know it's the real TJ?
I don't know. Gorkum confirmed though. He said, "Yeah, that's how they got on. Oh, yeah, your boy is going in timeout. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Now I got to ban it. Chung. This is the guy from last week.
Oh yeah.
I just banned him. He just got banned. That's wild.
Hey Gorkum, I'm gonna get that information for you for the wood guy in Minnesota. I'll take care of you for that.
Awesome. See, Gorkum, you got a wood supplier now. The Fat Man Barbecue hooked you up. Valley Pitmaster said, "Doing good, bro. Been watching those catering videos. Great advice. Thank you. I'm glad it's helping people. This is Mullins. I'd love to come on live. Man, send me. I don't know if you got Instagram.
Yeah.
I did. You can either hit me up on Instagram or I did put the link in the live chat. If you can scroll up, you might be able to find it. But you got to be on camera in the back end.
Right.
If you don't have a camera on, if I can't see your face, you're not coming up. Not happening. See, I see 2013 The Kid. That could be a spoof right there because it got no camera. So nice try. But
he came on that. He came on that fast.
Somebody's on. Yep. This ain't him. The Shadow Empire authenticated with YouTube. Is this the real deal?
No, man. I'm afraid.
Nah, that ain't him.
I won't get traumatized again.
All right. So Fat Man, what have you been up to lately?
Man, nothing but working and just trying to do this thing, man. I'm trying to I know I apologize about last week. I had bad audio issues last week, so I couldn't really hear your questions that you was asking me, and I apologize about that.
It's all good.
Looking for a new meat supplier. I've been going to Restaurant Depot, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing there. So I got to find somewhere else to get some meat, to ribs and some, a brisket. I couldn't find a good brisket here to save my life. It's all nothing but fat on top. It just looks deformed. Just look really weird. So that's what I've been up to, looking for some good briskets, man.
What do you have in the area? You have like another, like we have like Smart and Final. I don't know if that's like Gordon's or
Yeah, we got
any other.
Restaurant Depot, Sam's Club, and Costco here in the cities. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
So,
But then the price at Costco is going to be much more than the Restaurant Depot.
well, yeah, most likely yes. But
Yeah.
other than that, I was going to ask you guys a question about your sides. I know you got a question here. I'll ask you after that.
Yeah, Gorkum needs your meat supplier when you get a second for the area.
Okay.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah, hit him up. Yeah, I don't.
Your
I don't.
sides. So what you do for your sides, Sean?
So hold on, I got to.
Okay, I'll wait.
He's got a lot. He's processing right now. He's trying to. He's got a whole
So
lot
what do you
going
do
on.
for your sides?
I gotta kick this guy. I can't. I'm sorry. 2013, the kid. I'm sorry if you're legit, but you just had something on the screen that didn't look legit. So I'm sorry.
Yeah. You got to clean it up.
Can't do it.
Not
like
right
I
now.
said, if you want to hop on, you got to shoot me a message on Instagram. I got to verify you, and you might have a chance next week because the Patrick that I met, he was black. Now you was white, so I don't know.
So it's so hard. We trying to
stuff going on.
We're trying to be out here doing the right thing, having good, clean
know.
conversations about barbecue and food and business. So again, like Sean said, we're so sorry about that. Fat Man Barbecue. So yeah, I have I do baked beans. I do a sweet baked beans. I buy a pork and beans, do the brown sugar and some onions, and I love putting celery in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I do a potato salad, mayonnaise based, dill pickle, relish. A lot of eggs. Love the eggs. I love that celery salt. Salt, pepper, seasonings, all that kind of great stuff. What else do I have? Fries. Basic fries. I sell a lot of steak fries because I do the brisket loaded fries.
Oh yeah, right.
But I like the steak fry because you got to be able to there's a lot of toppings on the steak fry, right? So the curly fries, shoestring fries are going to do too well. For my event this Saturday, my mom is really pushing me to, when I sell just a side of fries, don't do the steak fry. Obviously the cost is a little bit more on that. So I think I'm going to go to like a shoestring fry. So if they want to get a sandwich and a side of fries, they can get a regular shoestring fry.
I see you, Uncle T. Give me a second, brother.
So baked beans, potato salad, fries, and I'm gonna actually hit them with some mac and cheese this week too because it's a family community event, and the kids are gonna love the mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, guys. I gotta go through these comments real quick.
Okay, let's go.
All right, Greg, you can see the comments, right?
On the YouTube, I'll go to the YouTube.
Okay.
I haven't even.
No, you're good. I'm gonna pull them up. Go ahead and read them for me.
Okay. Good evening, barbecue men. Kirby, hey, brisket daddy, what's going on? Your agile logical thinker. It's good to see you. Yes, welcome. Hope you're just now joining us and are now enjoying the show.
Your average logical thinker. I've had some trolls. I have had some trolls tonight and last week, but tonight was not good. Gorkum says, meat supply. That was my next question. I don't know if he's talking about for you, Fat Man Barbecue, or he's talking about for our friend who's on here.
Yeah, that's the.
I don't know. Tailgate 360 LLC. I'm trying to find turkey ribs myself. Had a customer ask me about them. Uncle T's Barbecue. I seen you, buddy. Hop back in and I'll get you on. I seen you. Okay. What questions do you ask when finding reliable meat suppliers? I would ask what other barbecue restaurant accounts they have.
Right.
That's what I would ask. And if they don't have any, or if they can't name them, go to somebody who has barbecue accounts.
Right.
Yeah. Your average logical thinker better be safe than sorry. Good call, Kirby. Yeah, I hope you didn't witness what we witnessed.
Yeah.
I feel traumatized.
Sides. We were talking about sides, right?
Yeah. What do you got? What sides you got?
Now I see some about raisins and potato salad. Oh, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Jesus. No way.
Yeah. Okay.
You just can't. Yeah, you're all messed up, Sean.
Yeah, I'm all. This is just crazy. And then I got Patrick texting me. I swear this guy was a black man. I swear to you. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm getting people mixed up. But I swear this dude was not white, bro. I'm just. I don't know. We're gonna keep it moving. Valley Pitmasters loaded steak fries with brisket sounds good.
They're fire. That's my best item. That was my item to get me to the $20, right? My friend was like, hey, yeah, your sandwiches are good, but you want to get to that whole 20, right? Because they're pulling out So yeah, brisket loaded fries, bed of steak fries, nice portion of chopped up brisket, cilantro, sour cream, and then that brisket glaze sauce. That's secret sauce. I can't tell you guys that.
Your average logical thinker with the super chat, $5 super chat, put 5 on it. I gave Kirby the test before. How you make your mac and cheese, brisket Poppy?
Yes, mommy.
How do you make your mac and cheese?
A couple different cheeses, Gouda, cheddar, white cheddar. I love cheese, so I like spending a little aged white cheddar. Then I take my noodles and I put them in a chicken broth. I boil my noodles in chicken broth, give that a little bit extra flavor. Oh yeah, you don't know about that? Yeah, I know.
Keep going. You about to get kicked. Keep going.
No, what? You don't.
What else you boil your noodles in?
Just a little bit of water, just water and chicken broth. You got to get that noodle some flavor. Yeah.
All right.
You guys never heard of that, huh?
I ain't never heard that in my life.
Oh, whoa, you're missing out.
Do you salt your water?
No.
Well, it's just in the chicken broth, right?
The chicken broth.
Is it low sodium chicken broth?
Oh, it don't matter. I never paid attention. No, not necessarily. No.
Okay. Failed. You better get him. Your average logical thinker, you better get him. I'm telling you.
Get him.
Look at her. She said, wait, chicken broth?
Yeah.
Get him.
Hell?
You boil your noodles in
This is some California shit.
What if you have people don't eat meat though? You tell them what to put in it?
Oh, I never thought of that.
And you got to salt your water, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
you got to salt your water. Yeah, you always got to salt your water before you boil it. Number one, it'll bring it to boiling faster. And
that's true.
Number two, it'll give that pasta some flavor
and some el dente. You want el dente?
Thank you. Tell him.
What?
Tell him, man.
El dente. So to the tooth. So I'll tell you my side. Since you told me yours, I'll tell you mine.
Yeah.
I have a ginger spaghetti, and then I got a vanilla mac and cheese.
Vanilla.
Also, I do a vinegar-based coleslaw because a lot of people don't like mayonnaise in my community for some odd reason. They don't like mayonnaise, and then I do a potato salad, and then I do my chorizo baked beans.
So with this coleslaw, how do you do that?
It's just a vinegar-based slaw. Just vinegar, sugar, salt, celery salt, and different. I go red and white cabbage, and make it crunchy. It keep it crunchy. It doesn't make it soggy, which that's pretty good. And a little turmeric sugar. I love turmeric sugar.
See, there you go. There you go with that sugar again. Putting sugar on everything.
Your average logical thinker said sounds
that's
like
that's coleslaw.
Damn.
Oh, why'd you bring that?
and then she said, "I'm up in the air." She's talking about with you, Greg. If he wasn't so fine, I'd get him, but he gets a pass.
Oh,
thank you. I appreciate it. I'm over here blushing.
Oh my gosh, that's a married man. That's a married man. Leave that man alone.
I'm not blind. He's married.
Yeah.
Zumi said, "Yeah, it's a thing. Season the water." Okay. Tailgate 360 said, "Yes, you do use chicken broth that flavors." Really? I never heard of that.
Oh,
finally. Tailgate. Where are you from, bro? Where are you from?
You got to tell your customers that.
Yeah, I didn't think of that, though. That is true because that is true because you're not necessarily thinking that your mac and cheese is, well, it's got cheese.
Right, but the noodles has that that chicken broth in it, and they don't eat meat. So
Okay. So I can just do, I mean, I don't really need to do it. I can just do the salt because this is an added
yeah,
expense anyway. So if I'm doing it at mass, I mean, this is like the Thanksgiving,
right.
but yeah,
So
for mass, probably just like you said, water and salt would be fine.
right, and also
And a
you got
little bit of sugar.
right. You got to choose your salt too. So either you're gonna do kosher salt or you're gonna do sea salt water as well.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You're he also he must be Haitian, that vinegar slaw.
No, I'm not Haitian at all. I'm from St. Louis. I'm not Haitian. But no, like I said, a lot of people don't like mayonnaise. What do you mean?
This is all constructive criticism.
Hey, she ever tried my coleslaw, so she doesn't know. So,
Hey, not everybody's gonna like your food. We got to remember that.
I concur.
Man.
I agree
Like
on that. Concur.
Stop getting so butthurt.
I am butthurt now. I'm still traumatized from the other video too, so I'm still trying to work that out.
Hey man,
Oh,
he just wanted to make some sauces before the weekend started. That's all.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. Tailgate's from Waco, Texas, and he says he's on board with the chicken broth.
Yeah.
He's on board with the chicken broth. The noodles don't need flavor. The cheese does it all right. I agree. I agree.
That's true. That's very true.
Tailgate says you don't really taste it when you drain it. Well, shoot, then you might as well not use it.
Might as well not use
Right,
it.
save the money.
Valley Pitmasters, have you all seen a cost difference or even taste in buying coleslaw and making it from scratch, or do you buy a package from Sam's Club or Costco? Personally, the prices that I charge is got to be made from scratch. For sure. And you don't know how long that coleslaw has been sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, I prep my sides on Thursdays. You know what? I take that back because coleslaw I make every morning. It just turns out fresher. The cabbage doesn't discolor the mayo because I do use mayo in my coleslaw and vinegar. Okay, but yes, but like that red cabbage, it like dyes that mayo like quickly. So I make that every morning. But yeah, I mean with the prices that barbecue costs that we're charging, people expect a craft barbecue experience. They expect it to be made from scratch. Right. So yeah, I wouldn't buy it.
No.
Question.
Go ahead.
So do you sell different sides of your side items, like different quarts and stuff like that, or you just sell it on the side?
Sean?
Ask that again. I'm sorry. I was reading the text.
So the question was on your sides.
Your sides with your meals, or do you sell like quarts and half quarts of your sides?
So I sell them with my meals, but then I also have them as side items, and they are in 16-ounce containers.
Okay. So you don't sell an 8-ounce servings of side. You only sell a 16-ounce servings of side?
Correct.
What's the logic behind that?
The logic of not selling a smaller side.
Yeah.
The logic is that 16 ounces looks a lot more than 8 ounces. And when people buy it, I want them to feel like they got their money's worth. Also, I feel like sides for barbecue specific, like I'll give you an example. If you go get a burger and fries, right? You expect that portion of fries to be a personal size portion, right? But when you go to a barbecue place, I feel like the sides should almost be enough for two, like a shareable size, because they're already spending so much money on meats that the sides, I want people to be able to try the different sides and stuff without breaking the bank, if that makes sense. And in Texas, like people are doing quart sides sometimes, right? 16 ounces is a pint, right? Yeah, that's a pint. So I'm doing pint sides, but it's a good looking side for what it is. And a pint of my sides is definitely enough for two people. But yeah, that's my logic. I want to lead with value. And when people get their food, I want them to feel like, man, like I got my money's worth. you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's a good answer. So, what about potato salad? Who are you buying store-bought potato salad still? Kirby and Fetman, you guys still
Don't
doing
play
that?
with me.
That store-bought
No.
potato
I
salad?
ain't never bought no. We ain't never bought no store
Oh,
bought potato salad.
I thought I
That's
seen.
you, Greg.
I
No,
thought I
sir.
seen that
Nah,
at Reese's.
Greg, you
No,
you
sir.
really about to get eliminated tonight, bro. You lucky. You lucky. I like
Everything's from
you,
scratch, bro. Everything's from scratch.
bro. What?
Everything.
Greg,
I thought
you're
I-
off. Greg, you off tonight. You must be tired. So we ain't never bought no potato salad. We made it from scratch from day
Okay,
one.
all right. So, what's the test then? I mean, how do you make potato salad? What's in your potato salad?
You want me to give you my
Well,
recipe?
No, I just want to make sure.
You want to know what potatoes I use?
Yeah.
I use red potatoes.
Oh, do you?
I see you, Patrick. I'm about to bring you up. Okay, this
you
is verified. Patrick texted me to my personal number. Okay, Patrick, how you doing, brother?
Hey, right now. Hey.
All right, how y'all doing?
Right now.
We're doing fine. There was somebody who tried to spoof your account, bro. He came on the back in the backstage, and it was a white guy, and I was like, that ain't Patrick.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I was like, no, no, you didn't see this guy because he was in the back. The first guy was imitating TJ, but I had another guy who commented in here that you were trying to hop on. He hopped on with your name, but I seen him and it looked like the first guy. So I was like, nah, I'm not bringing this guy on.
Right, I got you.
But how you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good, bro. Good.
I'm just enjoying the conversation.
Good.
Right on,
It
bro.
looks like you're driving. What you up to this evening?
Yeah, I'm heading to work.
Okay.
Do you cook yourself? You barbecue?
Oh man.
Yes, I do.
Of course, bro.
Okay.
Greg is missing all night long. Patrick's an OG in this game. Patrick's an OG in this game. Just look and listen. Go ahead, Patrick. We gonna shut up. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be quiet.
I used to compete. My wife and I on the circuit. We competed for about 12 years, and yeah, I'm getting some feedback on sound in my ear. Let me get off this headset. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, we hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
We hear you.
We can hear you.
Yes, sir. You're good.
You're good. We muted ourselves.
Anything.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna read some comments while he tries to reconnect.
Can y'all hear me over there?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Uh-oh. Your average logical thinker said he cooking with his own taste after the customer's respect.
Respect. That's real talk.
Gorkum says, yes, Kirby, 100% on the side sizing and pricing. Yes. Yeah, you got to give them a value. I don't know what's going on with the audio. Okay. Your average logical thinker says store bought. He just dimed you out. Yeah, we're not doing nothing store bought. Everything I make is from scratch. So we boil the potatoes, boil the eggs. Here in Texas, we got the mustard, we got the pickles, we got all that stuff in there. Onions, green onions. We do all that stuff. But yeah, we do it from scratch. People can tell.
They can tell.
The difference.
You can actually tell from just the way the potatoes are cooked in the store bought. They're all they're squared up perfectly and they're really hard.
Yeah.
Bad business.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure what's going on with Patrick's mic. Patrick, can you hear us?
There you
Oh,
go.
he dropped off. All right.
That's a great
All right.
memory on your part, though. That's great memory, bro. You knew exactly how he looked when you met
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah, he knew.
yeah, yeah. I knew that wasn't him, man, because he came in the back end, and I'm like, dude, this is not this ain't my guy. Okay, he's coming back in. Patrick, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right,
Fantastic.
perfect.
Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, my wife and I used to compete on the circuit, barbecue competition, and I think I told Sean I'm gonna get me a trailer and try to sell a piece of meat now instead of competing for a trophy. Can you hear
Way to
me?
do it. Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yeah, you're good. We're just letting you talk.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. Oh, okay, my bad. But yeah, I was listening to y'all talk about different seasonings and flavors and all that, and one guy said about putting some sugar on the brisket. And I'm gonna tell you, I got plenty of trophies where I use sugar on brisket, so it is possible. Don't be
For sure.
afraid.
For sure.
Is that in
So,
the beginning of your
no, it's in
cook or
the
after your
wrapping
cook?
stage. It's in the wrapping stage, and it's kind of what it does is it neutralizes the salt. It helps neutralize the salt so the brisket is not too salty.
Ah, so
So
was you using
that
kosher
kind of
salt
helps
or
neutralize.
was you
No,
using
no,
kosher salt or sea salt?
I mean salt in the seasonings.
Okay,
Yeah, the salt from the seasoning. I always use commercial seasoning. I never made my own seasoning or anything. There's too many
okay,
good seasonings out here already.
okay.
So, but yeah, we've been all over Texas competing, and so I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'm gonna jump out there and buy me a trailer to prove the concept first.
Okay.
Just waiting on the pit to get built.
That's right. How's it going? I know you were out by my place when you stopped by to go check out the progress. How's it going?
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute. He's got some awesome pitch he's putting together. So it's gonna be a little bit, which I'm not in no hurry because I got some other things I got going. So it helps taking it this long. I got a few houses I'm redoing, so it kind of give me a little more time to get all that done, and then when it comes, I'll be ready.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm definitely
And
gonna do it. Pull the trigger on it.
and the chat's asking you where you're from, Patrick.
Oh, Galveston. I'm out of Galveston, Galveston, Texas.
That's right. Team Texas in the building.
I'm a BOI. Yeah, BOI.
Well,
Yeah. So,
you know,
but yeah,
competition is a little bit different than making barbecue to sell. So don't be giving Greg for Brisket Daddy Barbecue any ideas with the sugar on the brisket now, okay? Because you know how people here are in Texas. You know how people in Texas are.
How do I get this turned towards you?
It's one thing to do it on the outside of the brisket for a competition because they're taking that one or two bites because they got so many to try.
exactly.
You know, you gotta have it pop, right? You gotta
Oh
have
yeah,
it pop. But when you're selling to the masses, just don't be giving Greg no ideas. He's gonna try to do some crazy stuff out there in California.
mess some stuff up, huh? But I
Uh-huh.
tell you what, I'm gonna give it a shot. I know everybody cook briskets different. Some fat side up, some meat side up. They starting to use all this tallow on it and all that. And I'm not a fan of the tallow, but
Oh no.
everybody does it different, you know.
So you
But
don't wrap in tallow?
absolutely not. And here's my take on that. I think it's just a fad. Think of it this way: back in the day, what did your parents used to fry chicken in? They fried it in lard.
Lord,
In
That's what they
lard.
used to
yes,
use,
sir.
lard. Yes. So now
That's right.
they got away from that. They got away from it because of the health issues. And think about the tallow. You taking fat, you're rendering it down to make grease, and you putting it back on your meat. So it's all grease to me. So it's still health issues. Well, if you get away from that, then it'll be a little. This is just my take. Everybody's different, but this is what I think about it. So everybody does it different, and it comes out now. Tallow is this, tallow is that. I seen one channel where they had buckets of lard. They put on some beef cheeks, and they just soaking it in all this grease. I'm like,
They
I,
confit, the
I,
confeeding the beef cheeks. Yep.
yes, and they soaking it in. I mean, they poured gallons of this grease over that, and they just let it soak in it. And yeah, it's gonna be uh, juicy and tender, but it's all grease.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's just all grease.
There's no flavor.
So
So
that
what
just
about?
yeah. I
I was gonna say, what
Go
about
ahead.
frying foods now, like chicken or French fries in beef tallow versus seed oil? Like,
I mean,
what's your thoughts on that?
I don't do the. I mean, I'm not into the fried foods, but there is a guy. I think it's called Golden Pot or Golden something. He fries in peanut oil. I mean, so I guess it's personal preference. I'm not a big fan of fried food. My wife does it, but I don't. I mean,
Okay.
I try to stay on the healthy end. I mean, of course, red meat and all that stuff it is what it is with that. But that's just my take on it. And I'm a lean brisket in eater. I don't like all the point and all the fat and all that in it. So, but I mean, I think I can still make a tender brisket and have it work without the tallow.
What
Okay.
about
But
your?
we'll see once I jump out there feet first, I'll find out. I might have
Yeah.
to I might have to rethink all this stuff. I don't know, but at this point, this is the way I'm thinking now. So,
And what about your rib? What's your secret on the ribs, or what's your process on the rib?
I mean, so here's the thing. When, think in terms of pulled pork. People want
Okay.
sweetness on their pork. So rib is
Mhm.
pork. So I do a sweet rib. I didn't always do it when I first got into it. I was into savory, but I come to learn that people like sweet ribs, and I glaze them in competition, and I really don't glaze them in when I'm cooking just for around the house. But I use the odd juice from the wrap and degrease it, and I use that over them. So it's ways to make it work for you. Yep, yep. But
For
the main
sure.
thing, you just want to keep them moist and juicy.
Yep.
But
Yep.
like I say, I won't find out until I get out there selling. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We're here for you, brother.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah. And
You're
that's what it
gonna
takes. Time.
you're gonna have to, you're gonna adapt new systems and processes too, because there's a big difference between cooking competition and then cooking at volume. Like I treat, like, if I'm cooking a brisket just in the backyard for the family, I treat that process a little bit differently than when I'm doing 15 or 20 briskets for
Right.
for an event or something like that.
Right.
For sure. So
Yeah.
it's different situations.
Yeah. I've done some catering too, so I've done several briskets at a time and made it work. I mean, it's all in how you prep it and that type stuff. So I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. I know I'm pulling for you being local for
Absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, and I'm down in Galveston. I'm away from you and the other two guys. I mean, and it's all about networking and passing on what works and what don't work. But every area is different, so it's just a matter of what works for you.
What about your sides? You still got time to stick around? You gotta go. What about your sides?
No, no, I don't have. So the sides, my wife really do those, and it's gonna be the beans, potato salad, mac and cheese, maybe some green beans, and different desserts. So, and I haven't really sat down and really come up with no uh, concrete menu yet, because I still have time. I mean, my pit may not be here till January, so I have a little time to work on it and get it like I want it. So, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And back what he was talking about with the bread, I'm the same. I don't want to just do bread. I'm gonna try to do something different to stand out. But we'll see. I don't want
Yeah,
to put it out there in the universe yet, and somebody steal my idea.
Right. Right.
even doing cornbread, man. Me personally, I love
Yeah.
cornbread. I know it's not everybody's thing, but for me, a good
Right.
moist cornbread with the right amount of honey, oh,
Oh
you
yeah.
can't beat that. You can't beat that at all.
Yeah, I mean, right. Yeah, and I do a bread pudding that I'm gonna use for a dessert. So it's gonna be some different stuff. I know everybody's doing banana pudding and maybe peach cobbler and stuff like that, but I'm gonna try to do some tweak it to another side.
For sure. For sure. Well, Patrick, we appreciate you hopping on, brother. I know
But I'm
you
gonna
put
still
into
come
work.
up. Yeah,
Go ahead.
but I'm gonna still come up there one Thursday. I'm still trying to get some stuff done. I gotta pull my engine out my truck and change some lifters and rear seal and all that stuff. So I got some stuff going that I got to get done first. But I'm still planning to come up and hang out with you one Thursday.
Hey, sounds good to me, brother. Sounds good. If you happen to be able to make it up for the grand opening at the end of the month, you'll get to meet Greg. You'll get to for Brisket Daddy Barbecue. You'll get to meet TJ. They have some people flying in to driving in and flying
Okay,
into for the grand opening. So
when is that going to be?
it's May 30th through June 1st. So that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think Greg's
Okay,
coming
so
in on Wednesday, early Wednesday morning. TJ's coming in Tuesday night, I believe.
okay, but they're going to be there for Thursday, Friday, and I mean Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're going to hang out
Yes,
with you
sir.
the whole week.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
We're gonna put
sound
them
like
through
a
the
winner.
paces,
Wow.
Patrick. We're gonna put them through the paces. We're gonna teach them how we do it in Texas.
Right. Yeah, I should definitely come up there. I'm going to have to look at my calendar, but I'm going to definitely, because I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so I'll be able to
Okay.
roll up. Yeah, so for
Perfect.
sure.
Perfect. Well, we look
All
forward
right,
to it,
man. Well,
brother.
it's good. Yeah, it's good hanging out with y'all, and we'll chat again.
Sounds like a plan, brother. You have a
Absolutely.
great night, okay?
All right, y'all too. All right, bye-bye.
All right. All right. I'm glad we were able to get him up here and sharing some valuable information, some insights, a little bit different from what we do. But hey, that's barbecue is one of those things. Everybody does stuff a little bit differently. And honestly, there's no right or wrong way. It's just, it is what it is. But yeah, Patrick came up to the restaurant a couple
Universal.
months ago. Yeah, he came up to the restaurant a couple months ago, and we had a good time talking. So I'm happy I was able to talk to him again. Hopefully, we see him at the grand opening. And I got to read this comment. Comment of the night. TJ, Greg's going to be the first to do a candied brisket.
I love that candied bacon. So yeah, I'll try it.
Fat man.
Yes, sir.
Greg is secretly mad at me right now for dogging him tonight. He's not gonna talk to me tomorrow. Watch.
Right. I can be the referee.
I couldn't even. I can't even draw it right. I can't even get it together.
The people say you definitely don't have to use talent to make a great brisket. It makes his own. Valley Pitmaster says we've had success with just the long rest, 12 to 14 hours in the warmer. And your average logical thinker says as long as it's made with love, that's what matters.
That's the kind of woman I'm talking about right there.
Oh my
It's got
God.
to be made with love.
My
Let
God.
me if it ain't made with love.
Uh-oh, you cut out. I can't hear you. Is it me?
Yeah, what you say? Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Okay. Yeah, his mic cut out. His mic cut out because we knew he was capping. That's why.
I said if it ain't made with love, it ain't made right.
Yeah, his mic went out because we knew he was capping.
It's working now though, yeah?
Yo, please don't give this man no more compliments. Please.
No more fuel. No more fuel to the fire.
So
So
Actually,
you guys do
I-
any like specialty drinks, like lemonade?
Yeah, I do a specialty drink.
Mhm.
We're in Texas. We gotta have specialty drinks. We got iced tea and sweet tea. That's our specialty
Yes, sir.
drink right there.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
free beer. And
And
free beer.
tomorrow. Yeah, I hear that the lemonade or a specialty drink is a really good profitable item on those hot summer days. You know, having your homemade lemonade. What I say now? What I say now?
What? What happened?
She probably came back with something.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Here we go. Here we go. Man, okay. We got off topic. Where were we?
Oh,
Where were
I had a question to pose to the group. So are we doing sweet ribs or savory ribs?
Savory ribs.
Put it in the chat.
Savory ribs, but with a sweet glaze.
right,
That's the best of both worlds.
right.
That's what
That's
you
me too.
agree? You agree, Fedman?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
John says both.
Both. Okay.
Spicy sweet glaze.
And when we say glaze, we're not talking sauce, right? A glazed rib is different from a served sauced rib.
Correct.
Gentlemen, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can like doctor up your sauce and make it put water in it. You could doctor that up and put that as a glaze for your ribs too.
So you can take your sauce and water it down and use that as a glaze?
And
Yeah,
put them on the
but-
bottom of your aluminum foil and then fold them in there.
So here's the main difference, in my opinion, between a glaze and a sauce. Okay, number
Okay.
one, the glaze is much thinner than a sauce. Number two, with a sauce, typically it's still on the smoker. You know, the whole 3-2-1 method with your ribs, and the last 30 minutes or whatever, you're periodically putting a sauce on the ribs with a brush, and you're really painting on that sauce. And when that comes off, you got a thick amount of sauce, a lot of sauce on there typically, right? With a glaze, what most people are doing nowadays is the ribs come off the smoker, they lay their foil down, and then they put the glaze on the foil, put the ribs face down in the glaze, wrap it up, throw it in the warmer, and then they serve it. You know, they take it out to slice it and serve it. So that's the, just so we're being clear, right, on the glaze versus sauce.
So you saw my glazed ribs on my Instagram,
Yes.
right? I did that technique with the foil, and then I folded in there. It was a little bit more sugar in it to make it look glossy like that. But yeah, that's how I got that look on it.
Yeah, so yours looks, either you had that flash on or something, because that looks bright. I'm looking at it right now, Fat Man.
Yeah, I took a shot of it, but yeah, it was really
How'd they turn out?
messed up light. But yeah, that's how it came. Turned out good actually. It was really good. It was real savory and sugary at the same time, like you saying.
Uh-huh. Yep. Good.
And that was just a test one. I did that as a test. It came out.
Okay. Let's see what we got here in the chat. Glaze to me is caramelized layers. Let's see. Okay. Man, there's one more topic I was going to get into tonight, but we're already at 2 hours, so I think I'm going to save that topic for next live stream because it's going to be a long topic, so we'll save it for next live stream. But guys, we will open it up for any remaining questions, comments, things like that. I got to get this video sent to Greg so he can edit out his friend hopping on, and we can upload it back to YouTube.
Yep. Definitely will do that for you. Potato salad. What's up with the potato salad?
He asked something. Oh, he was asking about using a recipe or doing it to taste. You gotta, if you're gonna be serving a lot of people on a consistent basis, you need to formulate a recipe.
Mm-hmm.
That way it's
Yes,
consistent.
sir.
That way it's consistent. you're just doing it in the backyard for the family, something, do whatever you want. But if you're gonna be selling
Right.
on a consistent basis, you want consistency. That way, people who ordered it last time can expect the same thing that they got this time, right?
And then when you do a small batch, you just calculate that. Once you like your potato salad, just calculate the measurements of all your ingredients that you put in it.
Yep. And then
And then
what I always tell people, right, is Chat GPT is your friend. So if you're trying to do a specific batch for a specific amount of people, something like that, then Chat GPT is a great resource.
It is a great resource. I mean,
no,
it's awesome. Will you say no?
no, I'm looking at this comment that's coming up. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't social reloading. We about to time you out, man.
It's okay. I'm with you, bro. I'm on timeout too. So we
about to put you in timeout. No black olives in the potato salad.
no,
I ain't never heard of that. Let us know where you're from though, because I have never heard of that before.
Never heard of that.
Okay, so you make potato salad every day, right?
Mhm.
How many pounds of potato salad do you make a day? Like, yeah. How many pounds?
So I do a 20-pound batch, and that lasts me 3 days.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you do 20 pounds at a time. Oh, so you do 20 pounds on a Thursday,
On Thursday. Yeah.
and then that's gone by the weekend.
Yep.
And we're saying that's how many servings?
I haven't calculated the exact number of servings.
Okay.
My one-time batch is 10 pounds of potatoes.
Okay.
This is my one-time batch. So I make a 2-time at this point where I'm at. I make a 2-time batch for the weekend, and that lasts me all weekend.
Oh, so when you say a 2-time batch, like you're making 10 pounds, and then you're making another 10 pounds?
Well, I mean, you do it all together.
Oh, okay.
So like at the beginning of the day, I'll do my prep list, and I'll go through and I'll say, okay, what am I going to need? What are we making today? Right. So I'll say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna smoke 4 briskets today, 3 slabs of ribs, 1 turkey breast. I'm gonna do a 2-time of potato salad because I want to get that knocked out for the whole weekend. So I have it for the whole weekend. I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna do a 1-time batch of coleslaw because I know I make that every morning fresh.
Oh, got you.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll do it 1 time today of coleslaw, 1 time tomorrow, 1 time on Sunday. Right. So when I do my recipes, all of they're all 1-time batches, and it tells I wrote them down. Okay, so for a 1-time batch of potato salad, it's 10 potatoes, or I'm sorry, 10 pounds of potatoes. It's 12 hard-boiled eggs. It's half a cup of pickled relish or whatever.
Keep going. I'm writing it down.
So
But you can watch it later.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just throwing rough numbers out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that way I know, how much I need to make. So literally, the first thing I do this is a great topic too. First thing I do when I get in is I write my prep list. What am I prepping for the day? So I know I don't have to think during the middle of the day, oh man, I forgot to do this. Oh man, I still have to do that. I know because I have it. Today was Wednesday, so I trimmed all my proteins. I trimmed 2 cases of brisket that came in, case of ribs that came in, turkeys that came in, the pork butts that I slice up for my sausage and everything. I made my barbecue sauce today and portioned it. So I made barbecue sauce from scratch. I boiled the eggs for the potato salad that we're going to make tomorrow, so on and so forth. Right. Another thing like Hallmark's barbecue asks skin on or off. I was always taught off, so we peel our potatoes for our potato salad. Nobody wants those potato skins in there, and nobody wants a bite of that potato skin and their potato salad. So, like today would have been. I didn't do it today, but today would have been a good day to add that to the prep list. Right, peel the potatoes because that's a time-consuming task.
Yes,
That would have been a good thing to do on Wednesday. Right, the day before we prep the potato salad. So if you structure your prep days like that, then you're going to have a much easier time rather than rushing to do stuff the day before your event or the morning of your event. Go ahead, Fatman.
Yeah, prep list is key on anything you do, especially with barbecue. And also, I had a question about the meat supplier. Did you ever secure with that meat supplier that you was talking about on a few videos?
You cut out.
You cut out for a second.
Yeah, Sean, you said something about your meat supplier was messed up on your private video. I think
Yeah.
So did you ever sort it out with your meat people now?
Yeah, I did. I got a new supplier.
Nice.
Yeah, I cut them off just like the cartel do. You know what I'm saying? You can't get me my product. We move it somewhere else. So yeah, I ended up moving to Cisco for I would say 95% of the products that I get now.
Okay.
Much bigger company, a little more expensive, but way more reliable. And they actually will allocate products for you. So if you have a critical, you can label certain products, i.e. brisket, as a critical product for your business. And they will actually allocate a certain number of cases for you each week based on your previous order history. That way, you know, this is allocated for me in the warehouse, meaning nobody else can buy this. Right?
I think you should save me some time, my friend. You just saved me some time.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to do different stores trying to get these briskets.
Exactly. And then not only that, but Cisco being so big, they were able to price match. They were more expensive on almost everything, but you get a sales rep with Cisco. And so that sales rep, I said, hey, the sales rep told me, he was like, hey, if you need me to price match anything, let me know. I sent him my entire order guide from Gordon with the prices, and he was able to price match or beat every single one of them.
Oh, nice.
So like I told Greg yesterday, so I was getting ribs. I was getting pork spare ribs from Gordon for $2.15 a pound. Pretty good price. Mm-hmm. Cisco was wanting $2.70 a pound. It's a big difference, right? That adds up. And so I was like, hey, can you do something about this? Literally within 12 hours, he got it down to $2.15, matched him.
Oh, nice.
No problem.
Even 2 cents less. Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. And speaking on,
that's some great advice. I'm definitely going to look at this.
For sure. And on another note, kind of with me talking about briskets, briskets cooking. This is going to be a whole video probably on the briskets that you're getting in and why they suck. So,
that's definitely a new video. Yeah, because I get bad briskets, man. I'm like flabbergasted. I'm like, ugh.
One of the things is the sizing of the briskets. So, like, I had to use HEB last week, right? Because Gordon, didn't get me my briskets. The HEB briskets, the point in the flat, the difference in size is so massive.
Yeah.
That it just was not a good cook. It wasn't a good slice. It was just really rough. Really, really rough. And so what I noticed today when I'm trimming these briskets, I'll send you guys a picture tomorrow. These briskets are so flat across the board after I trim them. They're going to cook so evenly. They're going to slice like magic. Mm-hmm. You can, I'm gonna try to find this, but if you go to any of the top barbecue restaurants and you look at their brisket slicing videos, you ever notice how much different their brisket looks than yours? The finished product?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Not only the bark, but the size.
Just looks like a little baby all cuddled up, just like a little rounded up little brisket baby.
And imagine how evenly it cooks, and imagine how evenly it slices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find one, man. Let's see.
Speaking of that, because the ones I see at the Costco and the Restaurant Depot, the flat is really flat, and then the other end is real chunky and fat.
Like Mohawk.
Yeah, Mohawk. Yeah, and it's like number fat. I want to buy fat. I want to buy meat.
Yeah, I bought a 25-pound brisket one time to challenge myself, and it was just all fat. It was a waste of money. I shouldn't have bought that
Yeah.
thing. I was new. I just wanted to, I was thinking, oh, more brisket I'll serve, whatever. But
Right.
it was a waste. It was just a waste.
Yeah.
I think Sean told me, the smaller the better. I think you said 10 pounds. 12 pounds?
10, 11 pounds. But here, I was trying to find somebody else's, but I'm going to show you this because I have a really good picture of one on my Instagram that I will share. This was from a while back. Let's see. Okay. Look at how, like, obviously the point is going to be thicker and higher up than the flat.
Right.
But look, that's not a very big discrepancy there. You see how, like, that is way more even, way more close to being even than a lot of the briskets that we end up getting in.
Yep. Agree.
And it just makes for a much. Look at when I slice into that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
right down the middle. That looks good.
Yeah, that view is better there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, and so you can already tell these are going to be really good slices on both sides of the brisket.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You can even see this; it's almost cut for me right there in the middle. Right, because you're cutting your point right there, and down the middle.
Got some nice burnt ends on that too.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
So
we got to hurry up and end this call because I got to go eat.
yeah.
This is making me really hungry right now. Oh, I wish I had some of your food. So bad.
Well, soon. But
got a
cool. We're
question.
going to answer the. Yeah, go ahead.
You want to circle back to the meat supplier question? You said ask them how many barbecue restaurants they contact with. Why is that? And what is the red flag? They have a lot or few.
Them having a few is a red flag. You want a
Right.
distributor that says, "Oh yeah, we supply to such and such barbecue. We supply to such and such barbecue." And they just got ranked in the top 50, or they just got a Michelin star. They just this, that, or the other. Because if those top barbecue places are using them, then they probably have some pretty damn good product. Because if you work at if you're buying meat for a barbecue place that's popping, you're not going to settle on your product. And so
Right.
if they're supplying some of the best barbecue restaurants around, and you want to be one of the best barbecue restaurants around, you should probably go with who they go with for their meat.
Okay. Another question I'm gonna pose to everybody too. Do you use choice or choice Angus or just regular choice briskets?
So, choice Angus. Yeah. Angus. Yeah. Angus is the way to go. I actually, so from Gordon, I was getting a choice brisket that was Angus. It was an Angus choice brisket. Really great product. Really great product. What the brisket that I just showed you, that was one of theirs. Okay. Really good product.
Okay.
Today I got Cisco's. It's Iowa Beef Packing Company or something. It's good. It's a good company, but I just got their regular choice brisket. I'm gonna see how it does in comparison. But next week, okay, Cisco actually has access to a certified Angus beef.
Oh.
So what me and Greg talked about earlier was I didn't know this, but there's actually a difference. I was getting Angus beef from Gordon, but it wasn't certified Angus beef.
Right. Okay.
Which is like a whole another story. There's a whole process to getting a certified Angus beef.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's a whole nother topic right there too, man. Wow.
Yeah, I guess I got to stop using. Yeah, we got to talk about that because I didn't know. I thought you just grabbed the select.
No.
Ooh. Oh, you're going. You're out.
He's out. He's out.
We gotta go.
I'll put him in timeout.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Hold on, fat man. Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Bye. Man, what is going on? You the brisket daddy. What?
Wow.
Oh my
This
God.
guy.
Bro, yeah, we gotta talk on the side. I gotta give you my phone number, bro. We gotta
Yeah.
talk.
So yeah, you guys seen the videos where they put a choice, right? A select next to a Wagyu, and like can't tell the difference, right?
Nah, bro.
Okay, I'm just making up.
That's cap. That's cap.
Hey, I'm just trying to get them. I'm just trying to get them comments cracking for the last few
That's
seconds.
cap,
Here.
bro. That's cap.
Trying to get them comments going right real quick.
He's trolling now. He's trolling. He said, "So did you get signed up with Cisco? Great. They have great products. Yeah. I'm with Cisco now. Cool. All right, gentlemen. Well, you got anything else for us before we get some shut eye?
Well, it was great. Hope I'll be back on again.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
We'll see. You had some shenanigans going on tonight, so you and TJ.
Okay. I'll put myself in the corner.
I didn't get to make my big announcement, but I don't know if I want to wait
on.
until like after the
Go
event.
ahead.
Should I wait or just go ahead?
Which announcement?
I'm an
The
official.
floor is yours.
I'm an official food vendor in the county of Sacramento. I have my MEV permit. I got my email this week, so I am a legit certified bona fide food vendor.
Well done.
Congrats.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Congrats.
Thank you,
Hard
sir.
work pays off, my brother.
It
Hard work
does.
pays off.
It does. Yep. Now I can go sign up and do whatever I want to do.
That's right. You can sell all the select briskets you want now.
And my macaroni and cheese with my raisins and black olives, or potato salad,
Well, what-
potato salad, with raisin and black
Right. Oh
olives.
yeah, we're raising in it,
So-
right? No,
I should try. I should mix it up. Do some potato salad with raisins and black olives, and do some
Bye.
candy
Bye.
Bye,
brisket.
Greg. Bye, Greg.
I gotta go eat. I'm hungry. I'll eat anything
All
right
right.
now.
All right. Last question. Chinook Barbecue. Have a great week, y'all. Will we see you live Sunday? I think so. I believe so. I think we'll be here Sunday. You good for Sunday, Greg?
Yeah, I'll make it work.
Okay.
I'll make it work.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
No, we got to talk Sunday because that's after Friday for sure. Yeah, we're on Sunday.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm tired. It's been a long day. That's after Friday. It's been a long day.
All right, gentlemen.
I gotta
I'll
go
see
eat.
you later. Peace.
Put myself on timeout.